अच्छा, ये तो हो गया शुरू। इधर go live. All right, I think we're all set. More people in the waiting room. All right, जी. Almost there. I'm just trying to see one more thing. पिछली बार ना people were waiting in the waiting room on Zoom, didn't realize whether they couldn't get in, or so I have to close the conference after a certain number of people, about 60. Polls, quizzes, breakout rooms, docs, apps, live streams, settings. इसके अंदर यार वो कोई होनी चाहिए close conference की setting. I think I've seen it. Very odd. Polls, quizzes, apps, whiteboards, docs, live stream, meeting info, transfer to room, settings. Oh, मेरी आवाज धीरे आ रही? Let me see. Let's try now. Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me now, guys?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
मैं अपने आप से बात कर रहा था, आपके साथ बात नहीं कर रहा। I was talking more to myself. All right, folks, let's get started in the order that I see you. Manav ji, what is your question today? Go ahead, please.
Rajiv ji, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you so much for this. I have a question. So if my partner is I-140 approved on EB1, and I think EB1 is current to 2023 or 2024 right now, and I am on H1B, no I-140 or anything in process. If I were to marry my partner before their change of status, I think that's the next step that happens after I-140, right? So if I marry my partner before their change of status is filed or something, do I get my green card when they get theirs, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Actually,
we both get it together.
The rule is, if you are married before she gets her green card approval, you are entitled to a derivative green card. So it doesn't have to be right away. It can be through the process. But the smart thing is, if you are going to get married, do it now so you can file it together while the dates are current. Okay.
Okay. So like before they file their change of status, which is
Same,
the next.
file it together.
Okay. And what if she get?
But don't hold her back if it's going to take time for you to get married.
Okay. And what if she gets her green card, like let's say this October or something, as it becomes current, and we were not married by then it becomes a longer process, right?
Well, it just becomes, you have to wait to file your 485 until the dates are current, but you are still entitled to a derivative category.
Okay. So that is like, do we know any idea, like, is it still 3-4 years of process, or is it a longer process in that first derivative?
ये तो भैया, you guys in the data science can tell me better.
Okay.
Although USCIS ने तो बड़ी science fail कर दी, data science तो करी।
No, that is true. Thank you so much. That's what something I was curious about to find out. Thank you.
You're welcome and congratulations. हाँ जी करण जी, की हाल चाल है? ठीक हो?
हाँ जी, सत श्री अकाल जी।
सत श्री अकाल जी।
सर ਏਦਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਲਾਸਟ ਵੀਕ B2 539 ਦੀ ਹਲੇ ਤੱਕ ਰਿਸਿਪਟ ਨੰਬਰ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ, ਕਾਲ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ। they are saying wait for up to 60 days for it to come. So I don't know what are my options without receipt number for if I want to go for filing 485 with EB1A 140 and also for job.
Hold on, I told you for 485, because you are protected by 245K, you shouldn't have any problem even if you don't have a receipt.
Okay, so I should not mention anything about
No, you
that.
can mention it in a cover letter that
Okay,
I have tried to follow through to get a receipt, but since I'm protected by 245K, it shouldn't be an issue.
so it supersedes that thing.
Like it supersedes everything. It's a part of a statute. Law है, it's not just a regulation or a policy.
Okay, law is above that. Okay, then. Okay, it's technical.
ਉੱਤੇ constitution, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਥੱਲੇ statute, ਫਿਰ Supreme Court ਦੀਆਂ rulings, ਫਿਰ regulations, ਫਿਰ policy.
Okay. And what are my options like for getting this H1B thing? Like if someone wants to hire me, what shall I tell them if they want to start my H1B?
That's gonna be a tough thing, because if you're in between statuses, you can't change.
Okay. So I can't do anything with USCIS until
कोशिश
60
करके
days.
देख लो. हाँ, you should talk with the lawyers who are going to process your H1, see how they want to proceed. But I don't have high hopes for people in this situation. मुश्किल ਹੁੰਦਾ.
Okay. So I can't do anything with USCIS, like besides talking to them and calling them. There is no other option for me.
That's all you can do.
Okay.
ठीक है.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
All the best.
Thanks.
दोशना जी,
Sir, thank you for this session.
ये तो आवाज ही नहीं आ रही मैडम मेरे को.
Can you hear me?
Very 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 low volume. जोर से बोलिए.
Okay, is this loud enough?
Well, make do, but I think it's a little bit low still.
Um, okay, let me.
Much better. This is perfect.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for this session, sir.
Sure.
So my question is, I'm on an academic H1B visa. Since 2020, I have been working as a computer science instructor for undergrad students at a public university in Oregon. Our appointments are typically 9-month contracts that cover the academic year, excluding the summer term. We receive a separate contract for the summer term.
जी.
This year, due to budget constraints, the university is unable to offer summer contracts. I will be able to resume my work from September onwards. Will this 3-month gap affect my ability to maintain my H1B status?
Very difficult for me to say without looking it up. You should talk with the university lawyers. I do remember that 9 months academic term is considered to be the normal working year. So it doesn't look like USCIS creates a problem for 9-month cycles for H1B holders who are working in the academia. But I don't want to comment on it definitively without looking at it. So because your lawyers would already know, talk to the university lawyers.
Oh, okay. In that case, sir, I have my visa appointment in October in India for stamping. So if I go, then I wouldn't have pay slips for past 3 or 6
No,
months.
that's why I said no, because they can
Okay.
give you a letter that explains what the regulations say.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome, Ji. All the best.
Thank you.
Jimmy, go ahead, please, Jimmy.
Hey Rajiv, thank you. I have a situation same as like many others, like 2014 priority rate, downgraded in 2020 to EB3. EB3 was so 2014 EB3 never current, so keep my 140 in pending. So my 140 approved, EB3 140 approved after 19 months. Then using same form, file 140 in EB2, and then interfiled in EB2. Didn't refile, I interfiled in EB2. And as per the interfiling, my son's age was 17 years only that time. So can I assume that his age was locked that time?
So I'm not clear about all the facts of your case. So I'll give you a generic answer. The generic answer is simply this. Whichever I-140 is proceeding to 485 completion, that I-140 is used to calculate CSPA age. So if you have two I-140s, X and Y, and let's say you first file under X, then you interfiled under Y, then we use Y.
But USCIS will consider interfiling, right? That's my biggest worry.
So
They will.
interfiling, the CSPA date is calculated from the date of interfiling, not from
Yeah,
the
I mean,
date.
that time my son was anyway 17 years, so definitely he was covered.
Yeah, I think so. Again, I don't like to comment on these issues without reviewing the law completely, but
Okay.
I would say I think you're right, and I think they would consider it from the date of the interfiling.
Okay. Okay. Then I can go and file new
Double
45.
check it, please. Don't. When I say I think, I want it to be double checked.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All the best, Ji. Shubham Ji, Shubham, go ahead, please.
Hi, Rajiv, sir. I have a couple of questions about H4. So my partner, my fiance, is currently in India. She has a
यार
B1,
आप लोग
B2
जब partner बोलते हो ना, I think of business partners.
visa.
I am an
Hey,
old man. For
my
me,
fiance.
yeah, partner is shake hands, let's do business. Okay.
Indians के सामने girlfriend बोलना weird लगता है, तो I'll just go ahead and but yeah.
No, I always find that I don't know. It's just you have this mindset, and the first first thing that pops up in my mind is people in suits doing business, shaking hands. So
Yeah, so my
that's
fiance is in India right
that's
now. She has a B1 B2 visa.
ठीक
Now
है.
we are religiously getting married in December, right? I'm trying to figure out what would be the best strategy that she can, start re- get in the line to, get her H4 visa so that uh
H4 visa का तो you make an appointment for her, right? She should make
okay.
an appointment. Or in the meantime, if she wants to try entering on a B1, B2, with full disclosure that I'm coming to see my husband and that eventually I'll get my H1B. And this time when I come, I am going to go back. I'm not coming for good.
I see. But like, so first question is, for example, if we get married in December and then if she wants to travel to US, in the meanwhile, she's obviously looking for H4 appointment, but वो तो जब मिलेगी तब मिलेगी. So when she's traveling, can she still travel on B1, B2 while she has, applied for H4?
Sure, there's no law that says she can't travel,
Okay.
but the government can stop her. Only thing I
Okay.
would say is please be very careful. Okay, this is the last person I'm admitting today, guys, because we already have more people than I can normally handle, about 8 more people. But it's 12:35 now, so we'll close the conference. So going back to whether you can travel on a B1, B2, my recommendation is only one. Make sure you tell the truth. Don't say I'm coming to see the Grand Canyon.
Right.
Be
That you
honest.
are here to see your husband and you can be
I'm here
upfront.
to see my partner.
Okay. And if they don't ask you that, like at the entry, then it's fine, right? Like if they
Then
don't
that's
ask you,
fine.
why are you here?
You don't have to answer a question that is not asked.
All right, sounds good. And do you think, for example, two questions again, uh, is it okay if we get married in USA? For example, if she can come here right now,
So,
let's say in the next month, so
देखो
we get
B1,
married.
hold on. B1,
Mhm.
B2 पे getting married is allowed. But
Okay.
then she should declare that intention at the airport.
But
Okay.
what if they don't ask?
If they don't ask, that is different.
Okay.
But they should ask and she should reveal. And as long as she gets married and returns, does not try to convert to H4, she's fine.
Okay. And do you think there is a chance that they may ask her to return there and there if she says, no, I'm planning to get
Very,
married?
very high chance.
Very high chance. Okay. And what if she's coming to US, but then we just plan that, okay, we'll just drive to Canada and get married there. Then does she have to declare
Same
that
problem.
same
I
problem?
mean, you would have an issue. I don't know what happens on the Canadian side.
I mean,
But
in the end, we are making sure that she will leave and get her H4, right? Like we don't plan to do change of status at all here in US.
yeah, so let her come on B1, B2. And I think getting married is fine as long as she answers it truthfully. And she
Okay.
tells them, I understand that I've got to go back.
But do you still think that the best way would be that I go to India, make a short trip, get married there so that
I
she's
think so.
unblocked for getting her
I,
H4,
I think so.
right? Okay.
I think
And
so.
uh, do you think this can work? That, for example, she already fills up her DS 160, doesn't submit it, fills up the CGI federal fees and everything, starts looking for an appointment. And in the meanwhile, I look for, like, let's say 1 month later, I go to India to get married or something. Is that still fine? Like, can you preemptively start looking for H4
I don't know
appointments?
the answer to that question.
Okay. Because then
You have to
form would obviously ask.
check the frequently asked questions.
Okay,
My lawyer instinct says you should not
you should not.
until the status is established.
Got it.
So, but I can't say that lawyer instincts work with USCIS.
No, yeah, that makes sense. And in the end,
I'm gonna have to go now because I've got a
okay,
lot of people waiting. Okay.
right. Just one last question. In the end, if we do not get H4 appointment, let's say I go to India tomorrow, get married, we start looking for H4 appointment, we don't get any. And in December, we'll have the religious marriage ceremony, whatever. Now, after that, if she wants to travel back to US with me, the only rule of thumb is that she should declare that, hey, I'm here to see my husband. Even if
Yeah.
she stays here for 5 months, goes back, comes back again 1 month later,
They won't let her
and
come back that
she
quickly.
won't, they won't let her come back.
They won't.
Then she'll have to just get the H4.
Yep.
And do you think that will affect her chances of
I'm gonna
getting
have to go
H4?
now. You remember
Okay,
you told
okay.
me the last question. All the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Satvik ji, go ahead. Satvik.
Hi,
Satvik.
sir. I hope like you can hear my voice.
I can.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for hosting us, sir. So my case is like a classic change of status to H1B. So I have received like a couple of RFEs on H1. So the initial one is like asking for B2 approval. The second RFE is like asking for a 100K proclamation fee as
Nice.
B2 is still pending. And after issuing after my employer submitting the response for the second RFE, I received RFE on my B2. So now my B2 RFE response, I haven't responded yet. And yesterday I see that I received a third RFE on my H1B. I wasn't sure like what exactly that RFE is about. Maybe again they're asking for either the approval of B2 or else 100K fee. It could be anything else among that. So what is the best I can do at this point of time? Like what are the chances?
You should respond to the RFE for the B2 very forcefully, because government's entire approach is incorrect.
I'm sorry, sir. You were saying like I need to respond on a B2 RFE. So
Yes.
can we do it together? Like, can I ask my employer, is that the best scenario? Like, can I ask my employer to respond to B2 RFE and then the H1B RFE together, something like that?
You can, don't do it in the same envelope. It's different envelopes, but yeah, you can
Mm-hmm.
do it at the same time.
Yeah, both are filed online. So we can respond it online, I believe.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with it. And in
Okay.
fact, sometimes what happens is if there is a crossover, something they're asking about the H1B or something they're asking about B2, I can include a copy of my RFE response of B2 in H1 and copy of the H1 RFE response in B2.
Oh, great. Okay, sure. But still the officer would be the same or else the officer who adjudicates will be
Very
different.
unlikely there'll be two different officers, as far as I know. But
Mm-hmm.
if they have pulled the file, the H1B people, they can. Government
Mm-hmm.
has flexibility in doing that.
Okay. So the chances of approval are very less, I believe, right? Like, because these days.
I won't say that. I think if you fight it vigorously enough, chances
Mm-hmm.
are. All right.
Okay. So can I fight on
You're gonna have
B2?
to go, sir.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
All the best. Ramji, go ahead, please. Guys, you're gonna have to be quicker. We have a lot of people today. Ram C.
Hello, sir. Thanks
Yes,
for this session.
of course.
Sir, my employer filed for register for H1B this lottery for the computer system analyst position. After registering, I got to know that usually this soft code receives more scrutiny. Since this is
That has not been my experience. Okay. So, damn, I finally figured out how to lock the meeting so people don't keep waiting. Hold on 1 second, sir. It's under host tools. Okay, got it. So, the problem with system analyst code is the Department of Labor data is discrepant. It is not concordant. It's not coming together well. But the source that USCIS relies on the most does say that a bachelor's degree in information systems, etc., is required for this job. Another source says you can do this job with a high school degree, which is crazy stupid in my opinion. I have never known a systems analyst who could do a job with a high school degree. Okay, so to first of all, there's not much you can do. It's already filed, and we must have filed at least 10 to 20 systems analysts this year. I've been doing it every year. Never had an issue. Okay.
okay. Okay.
So don't worry. Nothing you can do anyway. So why worry about it?
Okay, so it's like I was concerned, like even if I selected, since I have next attempts, I can give up if it is risky to get, if I get any RFE,
No,
not sure how it will.
So you guys think of RFEs like it's a comet coming and hitting Earth. It's just a part of life. Okay.
Okay.
RFEs are not a problem. Winning the RFE is the problem.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go on. You'll be fine. Rasmaiji, go ahead, please.
Yeah.
You have two mics going, Rasmaiji?
Hello? That's weird.
You sound like Mithun Chakravarti.
1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you add me next to the next person? I'll just figure this out and come back.
Haji, please, no problem.
Sorry.
Yeah. Shashwat ji, go ahead, Shashwat.
Hi Rajiv ji, Shashwat here.
Ji.
So thank you for doing this. We had filed for F1, F2 change of status, right? For F1 for my wife and F2 for myself, like H1B layoff situation. Are you aware about the case?
Your case? Are
Yes.
we doing your case, Shashwat ji?
Yes, we did it, and then we it got approved as well. Like we
Okay.
filed concurrently using premium processing F1 and F2.
You have to forgive me. One, I am old, and two, the way the firm is structured, I only get called in to make strategic decisions.
Yeah.
So,
Got it. Yeah.
yeah.
So we, I was laid off on H1B, and my grace period was going to end on March 31st, 2026, and then my wife was on H4, and we filed for a change of status for my wife H4 to F1, and my was H1 to F2, concurrently under premium processing.
Take it.
Yeah, so it got approved on March 13th. And the start date for the wipes. So we had this discussion before, like whether we can go for March 2nd. In that case, we were filing late, so we don't want to take a risk of an RFE or a deferred I-20. And then the next session start date was May 4th. So we went with that date. And that I-20. So the approval that we got has a validity start date from May 4th.
Okay.
So we just got the paper notice, like the paper I-797A for F1 and F2.
Shashwat ji, question pe aa jao. Question
Yeah. So the question is, so in the I-94 section of those two notices, it says valid
Yes.
from May 4th, 2026 until duration of status.
That's what it's supposed to say.
Okay, so we were worried that we have the grace period was valid until March 31st, right? For my, like, January 31 was
वैसा
my
नहीं
last.
होता. F1 and F2 are
Mhm.
valid as long as you maintain your student status and F2 status.
Okay. So we don't need to worry about this gap, right? April 1 to May 3.
बिल्कुल you don't need to worry. चिंता मत करिए.
Okay, got it. Okay, and I'm in the process of finding a new job. So once I find a new job, should I ask my employer to file after May 4 when I will have a active F2 status, or is it fine to file within this period?
I think it's fine to file now.
Okay. And the my status will be F1 between April 1 to like starting from now till May 3rd, or I am in an authorized period of stay.
Nobody really knows the answer to these questions.
Mhm.
See, you can think of, you're a technical guy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you
Machine
can
learning.
think of the system as having latency.
Mhm.
There's always going to be some gap somewhere.
Mhm.
These are not real-time systems.
Mhm.
Okay. So don't worry about it. You should be fine.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you, Rajiv. That's all I have. Yeah.
All the best.
Yep.
रसमई जी आप तैयार हैं आप?
Yeah, I think I'm good, right?
Yeah. You don't no
Sorry
longer
about
sound like a disco dancer.
Sorry about that. So mine is a very weird situation happening. So currently I'm on my STEM OPT. My visa will be on the I-20 says 20th July. Okay. My company has applied for my H1B last year, and then it got approved in November, but it's a consular process, not change of status. Okay.
Ouch. Mhm.
Okay, so now I have to go back to India to get
No.
No, the plan is I have to go, but there are no slots. So I have to.
No. Wait, Rasmai. Wait.
Yeah.
That would be the, excuse my language, the dumbest thing you can do.
No, I won't be doing it. So I asked for change of amendment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll have to pay $100,000.
Yeah, that's the point. So I was asking for an amendment, but the point is, after my H1B got approved from Jan onwards, this year Jan onwards, my company has been, taken up by a different company, new company. Let's say A and B. B bought A. So, but my H1B was with A. Okay, so like so this month they told me that they'll be doing an amendment with the company A, but they'll be using something called succession of interest,
No,
saying that
successor in interest.
okay,
Successor in interest.
successor of okay, so saying that company A bought B with the companies A as
क्वेश्चन पे आइए रश्मि जी, आपने सारी रामायण सुना
yeah,
दी.
yeah,
क्वेश्चन क्या
you
है?
got the point, right? But the issue right now is I've been laid off yesterday. The LCA has been started. I don't know what the status of it for the amendment.
No,
And then,
the only thing you have protecting you is your F1 status. You
yeah,
never got a change of status. So you
yeah,
are still in F1.
correct.
Okay. So look to F1, don't look at the H1 that is gone.
No, what I'm trying to ask you is there any way that wherein I can ask them to continue the amendment process? I'll be paying the money or for it so that.
That's illegal. You can't pay the money.
But I'm
So,
still pretty much. I mean, still I'll be working for another 2 weeks or so.
yeah, but that's you paying for the amendment is illegal. You can't do that.
No, okay, they'll be paying my severance and all. What I'm trying to say is, instead of me getting the severance, they can do it.
Paying directly, indirectly, in
Okay,
cash, in kind, illegal.
okay, okay,
Don't ask me that question.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. So there's no way that they'll do it for just for
And they
the.
shouldn't file if they don't have a job for you. That is illegal. That's criminal. They can
Okay,
go to prison for that.
okay. So what are my next steps? I'm married, but my partner does not have I-140. So what will
पार्टनर
be
है कि हस्बैंड है ये बताओ पहले.
husband?
Okay.
Yeah. So what are my next steps?
Your husband is on what status is he on,
Uh,
you said?
he has H1B, but no I-140.
तो H1B आप H4 करिए ना, because if you have a job, your OPT is over ना.
I don't have a job. I'm being laid off.
But do you have an OPT, STEM OPT? क्या है आपका?
Yeah, I'm on my STEM OPT and my validity is just till July of this year in
So
three
you
to.
can still find a job till July, right? You've got 150 days
Okay.
total of being without a job. So
Okay.
whatever you have not consumed, you can now use it.
Okay. Let's say I still didn't get a job till then. What's the next
And do
step?
H4. Do H4.
Okay.
All right.
In that scenario, so that means my whatever visa, the H1B, it's lost.
I think it's lost. You can try to reclaim it.
How do I do
I
that? How
I
do I?
think, well, whoever applies for next for you, they can try to do an H1B and say that, we are activating it.
Mine is approved but not activated, so
Ma'am, I understand that, ma'am.
I can still be
Ma'am,
using it.
I do this for a living. I understand that.
Mm.
The question you asked me is, what do I do? I say you can try to activate it. The word is try. I
Okay.
don't know if it'll work. Certainly worth trying.
Okay.
All
So
right. I'm
okay.
gonna go.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you. Take
B as
care.
in boy. Guys, I have a limited amount of time. There's a whole lot of people waiting. Please be mindful. B as in boy, go ahead.
Hi Rajiv ji. Thanks for organizing this session. This is
You
regarding
are
my
the
yes.
complaint guy. I know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm planning to appeal through the online on behalf of myself, my own interest, and so can I do it in the online rather than sending the appeal letter?
I have no idea. I have
Oh.
always done paper appeals. We never do anything online.
Okay, one more question. It is like in the letter, what they sent the partial payment. So it is by mistake or it is wrongly mentioned. The wage is mentioned from September 2024 to 2025, which is not, it is like incorrect one. I have arrived in March 2025.
Okay.
Can I
So
add this?
you need to send a letter to the government saying that this appears to be a problem you've done. So go ahead and send them a letter.
Okay. So actually, and one more thing is, do I need to mention that I have never onboarded to any of the project upon my arrival? Can I mention that one also?
You can mention that. Here's what you can say, that I landed on XYZ date
Yes.
and I immediately reported for duty whenever you reported for duty.
Mm-hmm.
I indicated to them I was available for work.
Mm-hmm.
So my salary should begin from that point forward.
Okay.
And I'm
And
willing to
yeah, I got
provide an affidavit confirming this if you want.
it. Okay. So, and one thing it is like after completing the investigation, they mentioned that the employer is going to call me, and I got a call on Jan 22nd, and they offered like the flight ticket at that time.
Mhm.
So I'm just
So you can also let the Department of Labor say that we have two problems.
okay.
One, I should be paid from March.
Yes.
Two, uh, the employer offered me a ticket back home only in January 2026. So there was no bona fide termination. Therefore, my salary should be paid from March to January.
Okay. And one last question. I have heard that we can initiate the process of getting the partial unpaid wages after the appeal, as the two things are different. But we need to mention that in the appeal clearly. Can I
I
initiate
don't
the?
know the answer to that question
Uh,
because my concern is, does accepting the payment become a total conclusion of the case? I don't know. I'll have to look up the regulations.
okay. Do you have like any 5 minutes
I do
to
not.
review?
No, I don't have 5 minutes in my day.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have
No
experience.
problem, Rajiv. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Yeah. All the best. Yeah, I would love to help, but I, have limited amount of time.
No
Vignesh
problem.
ji, go ahead, please. Vignesh ji. Vignesh.
Hi, Rajiv.
Hello, sir.
So my question is like, in H1, can I change my job like to a different from software developer to DevOps engineer like that?
Ji, bilkul. Because you see, lateral moves are very common. I have done so many times from software engineer to DBA. And this is especially true for things like SAP, because if you have done the front end, you kind of worked with the back end, you can manage it. So lateral movement is all right as long as the job requires your type of degree. Could you become a high school teacher of computer engineering or computer science? Sure. Could you become a college professor? Sure. Right. So yeah, go
Thank you,
for it.
Rajiv. That's my question.
All
Thank
the
you.
best, Jay. I love those short, sweet questions, easy to answer. Pratik ji, go ahead.
Hey, hi Rajiv, Pratik here. I'm currently working with the ANA. I recently laid off from my organization on
Mhm.
H1B, so I'm planning to switch from H1B to B2. But the thing is that I
B2
have a
नहीं करेंगे,
limited,
B1 करेंगे, ये ध्यान से रखना, याद रखना.
yeah, H1 to B2, yeah.
No,
But
not B2, B1. I've stopped
B1,
doing
so
B2s.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I have a limited H1B cap period left, and I don't have my I-140 approved. So I'm planning to file the EB-1 petition in the next month as well. So I'm confused now, like, what should I do?
देखो ना, you said you're going to file EB1, right, Pratik ji?
Yes, next month.
देखो, that there's no conflict here. Why? Because EB1 is a long-term bet.
Okay.
B1, if approved, gives you status right now, which is what you need to stay in the United States.
So there is no immigrant intent over there?
No, तो होने दो. I mean, if it's there, look, when we file B1, your I-140 is not yet filed.
Right.
Later on, if you file it, there's no requirement that we update the forms or anything.
But B1 at that time will be in the pending status, right? It will
अरे
might get the RFE.
अरे यार लॉ मेरे पे छोड़ दो ना आप अपना फिक्र करो ये B1 की. Don't worry about the B1. And these are not regular B1s. These are very special circumstances where people are already here, have been here multiple number of years. Why should they not file their green card? If the government wants to deny, let them figure out whether my I-140 is pending or not. When I file the forms, on that day, whatever information I give should be correct. If later on the information changes, I don't have any obligation to update it.
Okay.
So when you have a
Um.
lawyer, that's one advantage of having a lawyer. You can always
Okay.
point a finger and say, Rajiv told me that, not my fault.
Okay. So we are good to go for the filing the B1.
No, but
Even
just
if
remember it should be a B1.
yeah.
If they have no, because I just made that yesterday, I told everybody, stop filing B2s, just file B1s.
Okay, because I filed the I guess B2 in April 2024 because same thing has happened like 2024. At
वो
that
अभी
time, it didn't
अभी
got
बहुत
RFE.
प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं वो लोग.
Okay. So is there
Yeah,
a basic difference, Raju, from B1 and B2 over here?
यार उसमें प्रॉब्लम पता है क्या है? So if you look at B1, B1 is for setting up business. That's the best way I can describe it. So you come to negotiate, you come to attend conferences, you come to shake hands. If you are going to start, for example, in L1, you come to rent office space. You don't do business, but you prepare to do business. And my argument is that finding a job is very much like that. You are negotiating, you're shaking hands, but you don't start work until you get hired.
So there will be no issue while switching back from B1 to
कोई
H1.
कोई भी नहीं बता सकता क्या इशू का इशू मतलब B1 and B2 and part of the argument is that B1 B2 are considered to be mixed use visas. If you look at the consulates, they often give you B1 B2. But तुम लोग जो हैं 539 में there's no choice. I can't select B1 B2. समझे? So let me
Okay.
worry on about that. Don't worry about that.
Okay. And my last question, Raj.
Now, एक
So
second. Just remind Anna that I spoke with Rajiv today and he said we are filing a B1, not a B2.
okay, sure. And my last question, like, if I go ahead for the B1 and if we go to the pending status, it will take a couple of months to get approved. But
Oh,
at
it
that
could
time,
take more than that. I have people who've been waiting more than 6 months for B visas, B1 or B2.
oh, okay. Okay, but if my H1B cap period like going to max is like, let's say 2 years is left, so is there any issue while the other employer
No,
to file
आपका
that?
नहीं, when you are in the 60-day grace period,
Mm-hmm.
that period is counted towards your H1B. But once the 60 days is over and you have a B1, B2 pending, that is not H1B. So your
Oh,
H1B is banked.
okay, okay, got it, Raju. Thank you so much. I will speak with Diana as well.
Yeah, just let Anna know.
Yeah,
All the
thank you.
best. Amog ji, go ahead, Amog.
Good afternoon, Rajiv ji. Am I audible?
You are.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for hosting this call.
Of course.
So just in a nutshell, me and my wife, we both are on H1B. Change of status हुआ है हमारा last year. Right now, she's in a situation where her contract is going to end in May, and we are thinking of changing her status from H1B to H4, while still she's employed on H1B. So, will her status remain valid if her employment
Yeah,
ends?
because you can ask for a future date. So if I file today, I can say let my H4 start 5 months from today.
Okay, and
So
this
in
can be done.
I-539 mein, there is a place where you can ask. They ask you from what date you want the new status to begin.
Okay, got it, Rajiv ji. And I-539 में there is an option जिधर drop down में there is only H1B1. तो
Well, yeah, they don't know how to create forms. So that is you don't have an option for H4? There should
no,
be.
it's asking for her current status.
हाँ तो
So her
current
current state.
H1B1 और उसमें cover letter में लिख दीजिएगा that उसमें you can actually give a screenshot of the drop down saying कि ये geniuses, you did not put down H1B, one of the most common visas in this country. आपको
Okay, now
drop
got
down
it.
बनानी नहीं आती आपको?
Okay, no, not a problem, Rajiv ji, because the only other option was to do the offline procedure. So,
No, just I mean, look, if you're not applying for two people, just one person. Fees is the same. You can do it by mail or you can do it online, whatever is convenient.
got it, Rajiv ji.
But
Thank you so
H1B1 is
much.
a known issue. That's not a big deal.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you,
All the
Rajiv ji.
best. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Karan ji, go ahead, Karan.
Hello, Rajiv ji. Thank you for hosting this. I'm currently on B1 and my employment ends end of April. Uh, I have option to use my grace period or move to H4. My wife is on H1. So given the recent trends that discretionary period, the grace period is being denied, would you suggest I immediately move to H4 or use my grace period?
I have not seen, out of hundreds of cases I see, except one time, the grace period being abbreviated.
Okay.
Everybody is getting their full grace period according to what I have seen. But that's
Okay.
just one set of eyes. You may have seen something else. I haven't seen any truncation. Okay. So generally speaking, in today's environment, I prefer to file the change of status as quickly as possible.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
There are two reasons for that. One, I get into the race of approval so that I get approved and then I can change to another status. And two, there's no point waiting, because if I get another offer, I can always withdraw the pending case if it is filed within the grace period.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking. Just to be on safer side, it would make sense to probably move to H4 then. Okay,
Okay.
okay, thank you. Yeah.
All the best, ji. Kajal ji, go ahead, Kajal.
Good afternoon, sir.
अरे शक्ल दिखा दी, कैसी हो काजल? I've seen you
I'm
before
good,
many
sir.
times.
How are you?
बहुत बढ़िया. बताइए, what can I do?
Missing my husband though, but yeah, I'll
Partner
just
नहीं
quickly.
बोलना आपने. You're not saying
No,
partner नहीं.
no, I proudly own the fact that I'm married.
You proudly own the owned.
Yes.
बहुत बढ़िया. बताइए,
So,
what can I do?
a quick recap of my case. I was employed with an employer who had a shell company, which in turn
हाँ, मुझे
affected
याद है,
my
फिर उन लोग ने बोल दिया कि ये तो fraud है. I remember.
H1B and F1 STEM extension दोनों H1B तो deny हो गया and employed also filed for MTR, that also got closed. And F1 STEM also went into NOID. So you asked me to withdraw and leave the country and apply for an H4 from here. The question that I had is the wage in our department got back to me after our discussion last week, where I told them that the LCA was approved. That was, I think, a very key point that I did not know.
Yeah.
So one question that I had is, as an employee, was I supposed to ever get a copy of the LCA? Am I
Yes.
entitled to that?
Yes, absolutely.
Then he has withheld my copy of LCA from me.
Yeah, we are required to give a copy to the employee.
Okay. And the second question that I had is, how do I position myself in tomorrow's call? Because I don't have a copy of the LCA. And I think based on what I've seen as a pattern,
You always
he
tell
may
the
have
truth.
changed the designation.
काजल जी, you always tell the truth. जो नहीं है, आप पैदा थोड़ी ना कर सकते हैं हम लोग. It is what it
Right.
is.
I did try extracting a copy of the LCA from the public records, but there is literally no LCA mentioned in those records which matches anything to do with my designation or my pay grade. So I think he's lied over there as well.
You tell the wage and hour division the truth.
Okay, because he's
It
also
is
getting
not,
his manager to the call. I hope he doesn't close the case again. He had closed it for 2 weeks, and then because of the LCA point, I think they've reopened it.
बंदे का काम कोशिश करना.
Yes.
You know, we are not going to win every battle we fight, but at least we will
Right.
always win. ठीक है.
So I think the only reason I'm chasing this down is so that I stand a slightly better chance when I go for the H4. I know it'll go in 221G, but this will definitely clear my case for the H4 and not like essentially I don't want to be put under the tag of fraudulent because I'm not. I know my employer has done that. And if anything, I'm suffering the
It can
consequences.
be a very big issue. I'll tell you something. हमारे client, I just filed his RFE response. Back in 23, he got his H1B approval. Then government came out after it and said, this is all fraudulent. Okay. So we are revoking the H1B. The problem is when they revoke it for fraud, your lottery goes away. You're no longer selected under lottery. Okay.
Right.
So I wasn't the lawyer on the case. Their employer called and said, we want to protect the employee as much as possible.
Right.
I said, what we can do is we can remove, I'm pretty sure we can remove the fraud finding. So we filed an appeal, but I'm not going to win the case. Don't expect me to win the case. So they said, koi baat nahi, aap karo. And we were fortunate, Administrative Appeals Office said there is no fraud. Okay. Now this happened in 23, 24. In 26, he gets, while changing employers, he gets an RFE saying, again, not my case, somebody else's case, saying, Are aapka to we took you out of the lottery back in 23 because it was fraud. So then they came to me, the new employer and this gentleman, and I said, that's wrong because that finding was taken away by the AAO. So we are responding to it saying that his lottery is still good because the revocation was not for fraud. So that is important. And we are going to win that case. I have no doubt about that.
Right. So यहाँ पे तो I'm literally looking for just an H4, keeping it simple. So
You'll be okay because you have remedies. देखो ना, H1B is not your case. You can't really fight it. It's the employer's case. And normally the fraud findings are against the employer, not you.
Right.
Okay. The only problem is if it's a fraud finding, then you're stuck with the lottery again.
So पहले कल का call handle कर लो, then I'll see about the next
ठीक
stages.
है, वो जब होगा होगा, कोई ऐसी बात नहीं यार, अच्छा है.
Yes.
Time to learn Thai cooking. Or whatever you do for fun. Why not? All right.
Right.
हो जाएगा. All the best.
Hopefully, I get back to being with my husband. So long distance is really a lot to deal with.
Well, because the fraud finding is not against you, you should be okay.
Okay. All right.
All the best.
Thank you so much, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye. Let's see. I'm in a different screen now. Let's go. Hari ji, go ahead. Hari?
Yeah, thanks, Rajiv ji, for the session. I have a couple of questions. One is for the new one, and another one is last week follow-up question.
Okay.
The first one is regarding the PERM processing. Actually, my employer filed a PERM got the PWD for one of my colleague, and somehow he was not went forward, and he has to leave the country and go to India.
Okay.
So, is my employer can use the PWD because the roles and responsibilities for the job.
Yeah,
Okay.
if the job is the same job and you qualify for it, we do it
Okay.
all the time. You can use.
Okay, that's my first question. And the second one is like last week I asked about my kid and spouse regarding the I-539. You suggested that if I go with 539 on the same application.
Yeah.
Can I do it myself or do I need to go with the attorney for the filing for this?
See, the way I look at it, if you're comfortable filling out forms, looking at all the details, I don't think you need a lawyer. Most of these cases are straightforward cases, and always tell the truth, be absolutely clear. If there is an issue, if there's an RFE, you can get a lawyer at that point.
Okay, got it.
It's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay. That's all, Rajesh.
Okay.
Thanks for
All
that.
the best.
Yeah,
All
thank
the
you.
best. Pranav ji, go ahead. Pranav.
Rajiv ji, namaste.
Namaste, bhai.
Last week, I had a quick call, a quick discussion with you. So I got laid off last year, and now I completed my 180 days pending, 180 days AOS pending status at this point of time, and I found a new employer who filed my H1B transfer, non-premium, within the 60-day grace period from last year after the layoff period is done. So now at this point, this new employer is also ready to answer any RFEs that will come through, and also they are working on my 485J. As of now, the PERM is not approved. And yesterday, they even gave me an offer letter which said, upon approval of green card, saying that they are ready to hire me. So in this current situation, is it risky for me to wait to join this employer until the green card is approved or H1B visa transfer is approved, whichever is earlier?
See, you can't join without the H1B. So that is a useless question, right? You can't join without the H1B, correct?
No, H1B is already filed. I have the receipt number with me. It's not yet approved.
Okay, so it's up to you. If you want to join, you can. If you have the receipt and it was filed within 60 days. If you want to, you can, but you're not compelled to join them. You can join them after the approval. Is it safe? Why not?
So if it's, let's say the green card approval is going to take another couple of months from this point of time because it was filed in September 2025. So is it okay if I wait for another 2 to 3 more months to join this?
So. I think so. You're going to file Sup J, right? Supplement J, you're preparing.
They are already working on it and they should be submitting very soon.
It looks straightforward to me. Okay.
Understood. But if in case there is any financial crunch or something, I can still go ahead and join in the middle by using the H1B receipt number.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Ji. It's a bit of music for me. Thank you very much.
All the best.
Okay.
Ram ji, go ahead. Ram. पहले हरि आए थे, अब राम आ गए.
Hi, Rajiv ji.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. My question is, my H1 transfer petition is currently in process, and my existing H1B status remain valid until September 2026. My spouse traveled to my home country in September last year, and now she is yes.
Acha. Okay.
And now she is planning to visit in May, and her H4 visa stamp is valid until September 2026. So if I file for the extension, is it mandatory for her to exist here, or if he is not, if she is not, okay.
No, Ram, देखो. First of all, you can't file for an extension unless she's in the United States.
Okay.
Okay. She has a visa. She's good to travel to the US. If she travels and stays, you can then file for her H4 extension.
Okay. So what if she didn't come for any of the reasons now?
Then just get an H4 visa stamp.
Do she need to attend another visa interview again?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Rajiv ji.
You're welcome. All the best. जी.
Thank you. Bye.
Ram के बाद Raj, Ram Raj. Raj ji, go ahead. Raj. बात नहीं करेंगे आप. Okay. हाँ जी रोहित, how are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good. What about you?
I'm good too. आपका भी फुल टाइम काम इमिग्रेशन को चेस करना हो गया.
ये याद रहेगा सफर जैसा भी होगा. But yeah, at least things are progressing. I'm on a verge of signing a retainer with you regarding my B2 RFE.
B2 नहीं, अच्छा B2 RFE है because मैंने बंद कर दिया B2. I'm just filing B1s now. Let's try with B1s. But B2 का भी we have an RFE response, which I think is pretty comprehensive. So
या एंड अगेन मेरे को एटलीस्ट B2 की RFE में ये नहीं लिखा हुआ ना कि जॉब सर्च नहीं, उन्होंने मतलब और चीजें लिखी हैं. एंड आई हैव हैड कंसल्टेशन विद यू सो यू नो माय केस. तो इट जस्ट वो थोड़ा H1B RFE का बस मैं एक पॉइंट डिस्कस करना चाहता हूँ. पहले मुझे लगा कि मेरे एम्प्लॉयर ने बोला कि आई नीड टू टेक केयर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर फैक्ट, बट दे केम बैक टू मी, दे सेड नो, दे विल टेक केयर ऑफ इट. बट स्टिल आई वांट टू डिस्कस दैट फैक्ट कि वो स्पेशलिटी ऑक्यूपेशन को लेके मुझे एक RFE आई है. क्योंकि
that's minor. वो तो मंदिर में प्रसाद जैसी RFE, कोई बड़ी बात.
सर वो जोन 3 जोन 4 वाला सीन है. मैंने कल थोड़ी रिसर्च करी तो
आपका क्या
उन्होंने
what did they file you under? कौन सी
सिस्टम इंजीनियर, और वो उसके अंडर जो वो जोन 3 वाला होता है ना, वो 1299.08 कंप्यूटर सिस्टम इंजीनियर स्लैश आर्किटेक्ट्स, जिसमें वो वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग या एसोसिएट डिग्री चाहिए. तो वो उन्होंने
सिस्टम्स इंजीनियर
या वो या सिस्टम्स इंजीनियर FLC लेबर डेटा में जो है, फिर वो 1299.08 मैंने लिखा हुआ है कहीं. वो वाला जॉब कोड है. या सो इट्स 15-15-15-1299.08. उसका वो SOC
I
कोड है.
have 15-1299-08.
हाँ वो वाला है.
एक second, let me see. I'm just curious. नहीं, जॉब जोन 4 है इसका.
सर 3 है.
नहीं बाबा, क्या बात कर रहे हो? मेरे तो सामने स्क्रीन पे है. कंप्यूटर ऑक्यूपेशंस ऑल अदर जॉब जोन 4.
में उसमें वो लिखा हुआ है प्रॉपर के वो एसोसिएट, और आपने ही मुझे एक बार एक कंसल्टेशन कॉल में दिखाया था वही
No,
सेम चीज.
that must be in some other code because जो कंप्यूटर ऑक्यूपेशन जो इसका है ना, कहाँ गया ये? एक सेकेंड. I don't like that code all others because it's much more diffuse than it needs to be. So when I do a search on computer systems engineers architects, well, let me see if I can share my screen. एक सेकंड में दिखाता हूँ आपको.
मैं भी देख रहा हूँ, मैं भी आपको बता देता हूँ जो मैं
एक सेकंड रुको,
देख पा रहा हूँ.
show you if I can figure out how to do it. एक सेकंड.
सर ये देखो ये हाँ सॉरी.
दिखा से अब I don't think you can share. Give me 1 second. Entire screens, documents.
I can share, I think.
You can? वो करो
Yeah,
share.
I can. Let me share. Give me a moment.
हाँ करो आप. I'm just curious because it doesn't sound right.
Let me know when you can see my screen.
अभी तो नहीं आई. अभी आ गया.
सर ये देख रहे हो आप ये?
कंप्यूटर सिस्टम्स इंजीनियर्स आर्किटेक्ट्स. अच्छा, देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग. अब पता है क्या करो? गो टू द होल्ड ऑन. गो अप अ लिटिल बिट. और ऊपर जाओ, और ऊपर जाओ. गो ऑल द वे टू द टॉप. Go all the way to the top. Computer
It's top.
systems engineers, architects. Acha, now scroll down. Go all the way down जहाँ पे वो number 3 लिखा हुआ था. Okay, now click on that code 151299-08. उस पे
ये
click करो. And click on contents. नहीं नीचे हाँ contents, degree required. No, education. ऊपर top पे है. Middle वाला column top पे. Skills, knowledge, education. या इस पे click करो. No, this is not right. अच्छा एक टाइप करो OOH Occupational Outlook Handbook OOH
हाँ वो भी मैंने देखी थी OOH
Systems Engineer. Let's see what that maps to.
पहला रिजल्ट
नहीं that is architectural engineering. वो नहीं, that's not what I want. Something more specific. थोड़ा और नीचे आओ. Computer hardware engineers. I think
This
that's the one. I think that's the one. So I had to look at the job description, but this is definitely a professional job. How to become one tab में करो. वो ऊपर tabs है ना. What they do, work environment, how to become one. Bachelor's degree is typically required.
but as per my work experience and resume, I'm not a computer hardware engineer.
Well, I was just looking at that category in general when I tried to what it's mapping up to. ठीक है? You can stop
तो
sharing.
ये
Yeah,
तो ये
I disagree with that classification.
सर
I
एक चीज
don't.
जैसे ये है, इट्स वेरी काइंड ऑफ ऑक्सीमोरोनिश थिंग. जैसे इस पे लिखा हुआ है एजुकेशन लेवल बैचलर्स, तो
Yeah.
लिखा हुआ है, लेकिन जब हम इस पे और ये आपने मुझे बताया था, जब मैं इस पे क्लिक करता हूँ तो इसमें लिखा हुआ है एजुकेशन में कि इधर वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग और एसोसिएट डिग्री.
Yeah, so this is incorrect. They have actually created an internal inconsistency. So I think
या
this is a Department of Labor's error. I think it should be easily handled. I'm not worried about it.
या सो वही, सो पहले मेरे को
Stop
वो
sharing. आप
या
sharing बंद
श्योर
करो.
श्योर. सो पहले मेरे को यही था कि वेदर आई नीड योर रिप्रेजेंटेशन इन दिस. लुक्स लाइक आई एक्चुअली डोंट नीड रिप्रेजेंटेशन इन दिस. सर अगर छोटी मोटी गाइडेंस चाहिए होगी तो आई आस्क
Yeah.
फ्रॉम यू.
No problem. You can always do a consultation, but I personally feel that they have to be very aggressive about meeting this issue and cover every possible angle. That
Yeah,
we,
they asked me to share a resume. Then they have their own expert panel contacts, whatever they told me. So they are going through that route. But yeah,
the credential evaluation services have experts that you can hire.
they told me about that. And also I'm thinking
So,
to reach out to
Rohit,
my
I'm going to have
professor.
to move on.
Sure.
लेकिन I think
So
this
yeah,
is
sure,
a,
sir. I'm signing a retainer agreement by today, and yeah, we'll meet.
yeah, just उनको याद करा देना B1 है B2 नहीं.
B2 है, they know, Anna know,
अच्छा आपका
Anna
तो
know about
RF ही है
this.
तो आपका तो B2 है याद. So
Anna
that's
know
fine.
about my case. Okay. Thank you, sir.
ठीक है. Bye.
Bye.
Rajji, are you back? Raj?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry.
हाँ जी.
I heard, but I was trying to unmute, but it was not happening.
No
But
problem.
yeah, good morning from California. I had a question. So my fiance right now is in India and just got her B1, B2 visa. She is a self-employed person. She has her own company over there and has a lot of clients here in US as well as in Canada. She also recently purchased a house in Canada.
Okay.
So the thing is, when I asked her, like, okay, what are our next plans when you plan to come to US? She is basically telling me that her plan is to visit me on B1, B2 visa and basically stay here for like 5 months, 6 months, go to Canada, reset that 6 months time period, and again come back. That's her plan. And I'm thinking of basically getting her on my H4 visa. I don't have my I-140 yet, so I can't provide her the EAD. I just wanted to get your opinion on like what might be the problems of my wife. Like I'll soon marry her. Right now, she's my fiance. What would be the problems of basically my wife coming to meet me, stay with me for like 5, 6 months on B1, B2 visa? Is it risky? What kind of risks are we
As
talking about?
long as she answers truthfully, whatever her reasons for the visit are, if the reason for visit is to shake hands with the clients and hang out with her fiance, and then she is going back, and eventually, when you do get married, she will apply for an H4 and come whenever she
Yeah,
can.
but let's just say I do bring her on H4 visa, which is the correct way, I guess, by my point of view. Can she actually meet her clients, do her company's marketing work on that H4 because she does not have a EAD, right?
No, she shouldn't. I think that could be a problem.
Okay, so B1, B2 is the right way, what she's telling me. I was just like thinking because I saw on Reddit like many like dependents were obstructed on airports. Like they
No,
mentioned, oh,
they
you are
can.
coming.
They can. Just tell
Yeah,
the truth, whatever the reason for the visit is. Don't try to hide it.
yeah. Because the reason will always be both. She'll be coming here to meet clients, go to conferences, basically market her product, and basically stay with me as her
Yep.
husband.
Sounds good. You
Okay.
should be fine. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, Rajiv. Hritik Sharma. Hritik ji,
Hello, Rajiv ji. Thank you for the opportunity.
of course.
So, I am on OPT, and soon, in within 2-3 months, I'll transition to STEM OPT.
Acha.
And my partner, who I'm planning to open a startup with, is currently on day one
तो सच में
CPT.
पार्टनर है इसका मतलब.
Partner, just friend, yeah,
अच्छा.
business
Okay.
partner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this partner term is very confusing.
yeah.
All right.
So, with this background, my question is like, we are wondering how to set up the employer-employee
Yeah, I
relationship.
remember. I think you had sent me a message also about this. Oh, by the way, guys, I've said this before. I'm saying it again. On LinkedIn, I can only connect with 30,000 people, which I'm always already connected with. Every now and then, LinkedIn does a sweep on people who are just not active. They remove them. So I might get 2 or 3 openings. When I get 2 or 3 openings, I add whatever people have requested to connect with me. So after 30,000 people can just follow me. They can't connect with me. My apologies if you sent me a connect request. I'm not ignoring you. I just don't have the choice. Hanji.
Yeah,
So what is the right way to do this? तो देखो इसमें ना सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम पता है क्या है? That you need an employer-employee relationship. Okay.
yeah.
Can you have an employer-employee relationship with your own company? And the answer is probably. As long as somebody has the right to hire you, supervise you. So remember, there's a difference between ownership and work. So if I buy IBM stock, I can't pull up my chair and say, today I'll manage IBM, you guys can go take a break. Okay. So I don't have that much control. So you can own the company but not have control over it. So
Yeah.
that would be the first thing. What does that mean? You need somebody technical as a partner who can supervise the both of you, because somebody has to file the form I-983.
So that person needs to be a US citizen or could be like someone else on visa.
ग्रीन कार्ड होल्डर तो होना ही चाहिए, फिर otherwise they would have their own problem.
Okay. And one more question I have, like, do we need to give them more equity than us, like 33, my partner, and 34 to the...
No, not at
No.
all.
Okay.
You can still be majority stockholders. Clear this with your DSO. Make it clear to them that we are going to be supervised. We can be fired. Um, whatever whatever role that you give this guy, whether it's an operations manager or a CEO of the company, whatever they are.
Yeah. So he will be one guy, right? And in the board of directors, he will be with us. So how would he fire? Because in voting, we would win, right? We are two against one.
You can actually put it down as a stockholders agreement. This is all corporate matters, as a stockholders agreement as well as in the bylaws,
That
that
he...
in matters of hiring and firing, one member of the board of directors designated as the hiring director would have the option to uh, lay off people.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That solves my problem.
Yep. All the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Ji. Amit Agarwal, go ahead, please. Amit Ji.
Hi, Rajiv. So I'm currently working on F1 OPT and I've applied for STEM OPT extension. My employer has also applied for the H1B lottery this year. So I just wanted to understand if they apply for premium, if I get selected in the lottery and they do premium processing for H1B and the I-797 gets approved, let's say in mid-May, can I try for, let's say, change of status? So can I travel to India and return to US before October 1
Yes.
without harming the change of status.
Yes, yes, because there is a frequently asked question from ICE that actually deals with it. And the answer they gave us was yes. As long as your H1B change of status is approved, and as long as you leave USA and return before October 1st, you're okay.
And I need to have my EAD STEM OPT extension also like approved by then, or just the application pending is fine?
Yeah, that I don't remember. I had written an detailed kind of an article on this when you can travel, and it's still good. I wrote it a few years back. Let me see if I can find that. Give me 1 second. Here, look in the chat.
Okay.
If you click on that, the link that I provided, it gives you all the details from
I
each
don't see
step.
anything on the chat right now.
You don't? I just,
No.
maybe I sent it to somebody. Hold on 1 second. Chat with everyone. Oh yeah, I think I sent it to somebody. Hold on. Let's see. Abhi dikh raha hai?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, just take that and read that article that I've sent you a link to.
Okay. And one another related question. So, if I get stuck, so I know that there is this huge delay of appointments for H1B. So I'm thinking if I have to travel to India for some reason after October 1st, and I get stuck in India due to appointment delay, can my employer file O1 in parallel, and can I re-enter to US in US on O1, because O1 appointments I'm hearing are not delayed?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, so my H1 change of status would still be valid, like uh, uh, not
No,
invalidated.
I don't think so. I think then things get complicated about your O1, about your H1B kickoff. Okay, so that's the one situation I'll have to think about it. I can't do it right now.
Okay,
But
okay,
when you actually get into that situation, go ahead and set up a call with me.
okay,
I'll review the rules and see what I can come up with.
okay. Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see. Again, I've shifted screens. Gagan, go ahead, please.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਰਾਜੀਵ ਸਰ
ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਚਾਲ ਹੈ ਜੀ?
ਵਧੀਆ ਸਰ ਮੈਂ ਸਰ US L1 A visa ਤੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ like I have my I-140 approved as well.
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ.
So my sister came to visit me like with us, like I came to India, like came back after 3 weeks, and she was traveling with us to stay with us for some time, but she was stopped at JFK, and they denied her entry.
Didn't you email me?
I did.
Yeah, I was traveling at that time, so I couldn't really talk to you. Then what
Right.
happened? Do you know the details?
Yeah, they stopped her and they questioned her like why are you visiting? She took a break from her career. She's a nurse, and they kind of questioned her rigorously, and they kept her even in detention for almost 72 hours. And finally, they kind of stressed her so out that she had to withdraw her entry. Withdraw her application under 212A7. So
That's
my
insufficient
question,
documentation, right? That's the section of.
I think so.
Yeah,
That's what
because
they
212A, I think 4 or something, that's fraud. That's very serious.
yeah, it's 7.
A7, I think, should be okay.
Yeah.
Plus,
So
if
my
they let
question,
her withdraw, then she
yep.
doesn't have that 5-year bar. Otherwise, if they.
Right.
Hanji.
So they're gonna have two options basically. So I have like primarily 3 questions. So first is like, does it have anything negative impact on me? Because I have my wife, and I have a like 1-year-old. Because
No negative impact on you.
Okay. So second, can she reapply, and what would be the right time after, for the reapplication of the visa?
Well, the problem is, I don't really know why they would suspect her. There must be some reason. So I think before you do anything else, see if you can discover something under Freedom of Information Act request. So place a FOIA for all the agencies. Put it for ICE, USCIS, State Department, as well as CBP. So if you are able to discover some reason for it, that would be the best thing.
Okay.
It
So
might take a
just
few months. It's
right.
not a quick
And
process.
definitely, like the experience that she has gone through, we're not going to apply it pretty soon as well. Like, it will probably take her some time to cool it off. Right. So that is there. And also, is there going to be any negative impact when she applies?
Obviously, I mean, they have created a suspicion against her. The the consulate may want to question her more closely than usual.
Okay.
It does create, at least if not a negative impact, a negative implication.
Okay.
So, yeah, she can expect a more rigorous interview than most people do.
Got it. And also, before the last question, is like, is it a standard procedure nowadays? Because like people been, like denied entry.
No, not standard at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear from a lot of people saying I was turned away at the airport. There must be
Right.
something. That's why I want you to kind of throw in a Freedom of Information Act request.
Okay.
Take all
Sure.
the best.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Sakshi ji, go ahead, Sakshi. Sakshi Chogle.
Hi, sir.
Hi, ma'am.
So I was previously in US on F1 STEM OPT visa, but I moved back to India for good, and I have decided to stay here for long term because I have a family business and I'm helping my mom and brother here. But my husband is currently in US on H1B visa, so I was planning to apply for B1 B2 visitor visa instead of H4. But so one of the agents said that it will get rejected. So yeah, I wanted to talk to you and what are the chances of approval in my case.
That's difficult to predict, Sakshi ji. But ye batao, is the queue for H4 too long? When is the next H4 appointment available?
I don't think there are slots open for H4.
Yeah, dekhiye, as long as you are telling the truth,
Hmm.
applying for a B1, B2 and getting rejected is not a problem for H4.
Okay, but I am starting a firm in my name in India.
No,
So
all
my
that is
plan is
fine.
to stay in
Yeah,
India only. Yeah.
all that is fine. Just make sure that none of these agents make any misrepresentations for you.
Okay.
Bilkul satyameva jayate. All right?
Because my plan is to stay here only because I have like business here. So because on dependent I cannot work, so that's why I wanted to stay here.
Right.
And one last question. So how can I like best present my case? Like to.
Well, there is no, there's no real magic to it. Just tell the truth and hope for the best. I can't give you any guru mantra which is going to work.
Yeah, I'm just scared that if it gets rejected and it will maybe affect later
No,
for
it will
other
not.
visas
It
and
will
all.
not impact your H4, but B1, B2 could always be impacted. Those are very delicate visas.
Right.
ठीक है?
Okay. Sounds good.
All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Santosh ji, how are you?
Yeah, hi
संतोष
Rajiv ji. Yeah,
अरे
I'm
दो
doing good.
वाले संतोष हैं आप लोग. I'm
हाँ.
looking at संतोष सांटी भाई.
Yeah, Santosh Santi. Okay.
हाँ, आप तो अभी नीचे हैं लाइन में. हाँ संतोष जी, go ahead please. संतोष सांटी.
Yeah, hello sir. I joined the last week call and I recall you saying you're fighting about the B2 and archived page citing
Yeah, we
APA
are
regulation.
fighting B2s,
Uh-huh.
and last evening I decided we are going to do only B1s. That makes more sense with this idiotic set of RFEs.
Oh, my question was with the ones that you were fighting that already received RFEs and we cited the APA regulations. Did we have any success so far or
No, they are still pending
that's still pending?
because
Okay.
this started very recently. Before that, we were getting very smooth approvals on B2s for months. No problem at all.
Understood. Sir, assuming worst case, if my B2 is denied now, so then when do I have to leave and what would be my future applications would look like when 100K is gone?
there's no grace period after a B2 denial. But if it takes you a few days to arrange for your departure, that should be acceptable.
Okay.
Technically, you're supposed to leave the day after or maybe the same day. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if the 100,000 is gone, then you can always come back on your H1B with another employer. They will apply for your H1B, get you a employer transfer of employers. And now comes the tricky part. You have to get an H1B visa stamp.
I already have the stamp until 2027.
So then before 2027, you can use that same stamp with the new approval if there is no 100,000 problem.
No 100,000 problem. Okay. Sir, I signed a retainer with your firm, I think yesterday, day before yesterday.
Did you?
And yeah, and we also had a consultation like 2 days ago. Based, I don't know if you remember, but based on your comments, like my case was a little different because I didn't mention I'll be looking for employment.
Okay.
But you mentioned a strategy for that. I just want to let you know, like, so that you can, keep an eye out on that and see what we can do.
I'm going to review the drafts anyway. Whatever they draft, I'm going to review it. And
Okay.
because it's a Google Doc, everybody can leave comments and you and I can talk also.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sorry about that. You're very welcome, sir. Yeah, my problem is normally I have no issue. We have separate appointment slots for our clients, but it's so busy that even if I work 18 hours a day, I still won't have time for everyone. So I'm glad you're able to join me here at least, because I try to set aside 2 to 3 hours for the community every week.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really appreciate this, sir. This is how I found you. So
Absolutely.
thank you. Thank you for doing this.
My pleasure. All the best, जी.
Thank you.
प्रियाली जी, go ahead. मैं अपनी टीम को बोल रहा हूँ कि जैसे तुम लोग मेरा स्केड्यूल बनाते हो, in civilized countries that is considered to be adult abuse. अरे इतनी पिटाई सवेर से लेके, just give me a little bit of a break यार, at least एक कप चाय का ही पी लेता. It's a good problem to have. At least we are able to be of use to people. Priyali ji, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thanks for this call. I am married and I was on H1B, but due to some reasons, when I came back to US, we were not having our marriage certificate. So when I was laid off in October, I applied for B2, and after like around 5.5 months, yesterday I have received like an action from the USCIS, and from the wording of it, it looks like it's going to be annoyed only.
Okay.
So, meanwhile this was happening, we were looking out for some sources on Reddit. I came to know about this mixed thing, that based on the spouse's name on our passports, we can apply for like a marriage certificate with the Indian embassy. So my first question is on that only. So is it like possible to apply for H4 like after this Noida and all of this gets sorted out, or like?
नहीं, देखो ऐसा है ना, you were on H1, right? Previously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you within the 60-day grace period even now?
No, I got laid off in October and I applied for B2.
See, once you are outside the grace period, the only reason you are able to stay is called authorized period of stay, which means I have an application pending. But that's not considered to be status. So when you try to convert to H4, 99.999% government will say no, we can't give you H4 status because you are not in status. You are in authorized period of stay. So what is your best bet? Go outside, get an H4 visa stamp. Might take you many days, many months. I don't know what the times are, but what people are telling me, it's very slow. But that's the only option left as far as I can tell. Now, if you have a good case for a lawsuit, you can certainly look into that as well. Normally, in cases where change of status is involved, it's a lot of discretion with the government. But if they exercise the discretion for wrong reasons, that can be challenged in court. Okay. So in fact, many of these B2 RFEs, I think they are going to end up in court, and fingers crossed for all these folks. I think they are going to win. Okay.
But with the NOID, like it's almost impossible that I'm gonna get approval on my B2.
Yeah, and notice of intent to deny says we've already made up our mind. Tell us why we should change our mind.
Okay, and meanwhile, when this Noid thing is happening, like, do they freeze that 6 month window? Because if like I filed it in October and
नहीं
it's
नहीं,
already like 5 months.
unfortunately, अगर let's say you file from in January, applied for a period till June, right? And if they decide your case in May, they are not going to approve you for 6 more months. They'll only approve you till June. I've had B2 approvals with just 1 day approval.
Okay, so even if the Noid goes beyond that 6 months, either I apply for B2 or like I have like, what should I do in that period of time
You can
then?
do a daisy chain. You can, if you are still within the 6 month period you asked for, you can file another B2 requesting an extension. But because you have an NOID and this, if this notice of intent to deny gets adjudicated against you, then that pending B2 is no good because you're already out of status.
Okay, so I should plan for leaving before that, like that 6 month period actually.
Yeah, you can do that. You can even apply for an extension, which I think is a very, very long shot. Waste of money, in my opinion. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All the best. Divyansh ji, go ahead, Divyansh. Divyansh.
Can you hear me?
Ji, I can. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm currently on H1B visa with my current employer, and I'm planning to, I mean, I got a new job and they applied for the H1B transfer process and they're going to do the premium process. And just to be on the safer end, we are making sure that I join the company once we get the approval, not just the receipt notice. So my question is, they put the joining date as first week of April.
Ji.
So and I'm still working with my current employer, I just want to understand, like, if I get the approval by, let's say, third week of or second week of April, right? And the joining date was before that, but I've been working with my current employer until that point. Will that
let me make it easier for you.
Yeah.
I understood your issue. It's absolutely no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because remember one principle, that an H1B approval does not overrule an existing H1B approval.
Okay.
Matlab, you can continue working with your current employer even after the approval.
Okay, got it. So yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
Like,
I know, understood. And I always tell people, give your 2 weeks notice or whatever month notice after you get the approval. Because
Got
it's
it.
legal to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And just send an email to the new employer. Please accommodate me. I'm just giving my notice.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, that was my question. Thank you.
Zero problem. Go for it.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Thanks for hosting these sessions.
You're welcome, Ji.
Yeah.
Kunal Ji, go ahead. Kunal?
Yes. Hi.
Hello.
Sir, Kunal bole ki Karan bole?
Oh, okay. No, Kunal. Karan is next. After Kunal is Karan. हाँ जी Kunal.
हाँ जी सर जी, तो मेरा इशू ये है कि मेरा H1B अप्रूव हो चुका है, लेकिन उसकी अप्रूवल नोटिस नहीं मिली है.
अच्छा.
And I already asked with my employer, but they said that USCIS से copy की notice डाली, but they didn't receive anything yet.
Okay, hold on. Was this premium processing or non-premium?
No, regular.
उसमें बड़ी देर लगती है because this happens and then getting a duplicate approval out of them is impossible. They will tell me, oh, file form, whatever that form is,
I-84, yeah, I-825.
824.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
और उसको तो अप्रूव होने में 55 month लगता है. Okay. So then if it is premium processing, I can always send an email saying, भाई आपका मिला नहीं notice. And they usually just email it to me.
Okay.
So there are a couple of strategies that lawyers have developed. Of course, you can contact your congressman's office, try to get a copy. But they'll say, oh, 824 file karo. And you can tell the congressman's office कि उसमें तो 5 साल लगते हैं सर, इतना time किसके पास?
बराबर.
And the second strategy is just file the H1B again.
Again, as in like.
because you don't have an approval notice. I have at least one colleague who's done that. And हमारा भी एक केस था, बहुत देर लगी हम लोग को नोटिस लेने में. It took about 4 months, 5 months. But that
But
was
on the
painful.
website, it shows approved.
Yeah, I know, but that doesn't help you now. You need the approval notice.
Okay, and like तो मेरा STEM OPT जो था वो उस पे स्टेटस एंडेड दिखा रहा है, लेकिन उसी वक्त
हाँ, तो
जिस
you
दिन मेरा
can't.
H1B
So
चालू हो गया था.
you need that approval notice. So contact your congressman's office and tell them you need help. I mean, if your employer does it, that's even better.
Okay, and one last question. आपको क्या लगता है कि FOIA डालना सही होगा?
नहीं, FOIA से कुछ नहीं होता. And
So FOIA.
it takes 4-5 months for them to respond, even more sometimes.
Okay, but it's still is a good practice or not? Like
I think
advisable or
it's
not?
useless, but if you want to, it's no harm. It's not going to hurt you.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Okay. Okay.
The
Thanks.
best of luck. You're welcome. Karanji, go ahead. Now it's your turn.
Hi. So I'm currently on B2 change of status application pending, and the requested period ends in a month, April 25th. I got a job offer, and they applied for my H1B petition on February 17th in premium processing.
Acha.
Received RFE for both B2 change of status and subsequent for H1B.
Okay.
Replied for
One
both.
good thing is that means they're expediting the B1, B2.
Right. So I replied to the B2 RFE response, and then H1B RFE response also the lawyer I think has a reply to.
ठीक है.
But now the employer has rescinded the offer. And
चलो आपने B2 का respond कर दिया, that should be good enough.
but abhi H1B RFE also has responded, and I'm expecting, based on the lawyer's feedback, that it will most likely be adjudicated.
हाँ,
So
तो ठीक है. अगर वो हो जाती है ना adjudicate Karan, then you have another 60-day grace period again.
But okay, now mera question, I've been reading a lot and it appears that 60 days from the end of date of employment. Abhi employment shuru hi nahi hua. So how do I
Yeah,
show the end?
but nobody really knows the answer to that question. I would say count 60 days from the date of approval.
One more question follow up. This I already used 60 days through after the end of my previous
Yeah, but
employment.
60 days you get with every new approval. It's not a problem.
Okay, one last question. This I already have an H1B valid stamp until September 2027. This 100K is still applicable if I have that?
Yeah, that's one of the toughest questions to answer because ये कहते कुछ है करते कुछ और है.
Because एक option मेरे जो employer rescind किया है, one option was that I go, they have a office in India also, so I was like I could go and they wanted me to start very early, which is why they also rescinded the offer. So one option was like I go to India office, start from there. As soon as my H1 is approved, I come back with the existing stamp with the
Yeah, but they're
previous.
asking for, at least one lawyer has told me, in a situation like yours, the USCIS, before approving the H1B, they said give us 100,000. And the lawyer said, I have an existing visa stamp. Look at the interpretation of the proclamation. I shouldn't be charged it. He said, no, USCIS said, no, you have to pay 100,000.
Okay. So in this case, I should not I should not tell the employer to revoke the petition, right? Like if the adjudication happens, H1B adjudication हो जाता है, that is better for me because B2 पे एक महीना बचा है to find a new
That gives
employer.
you 60 days. I think so.
So you're certain about it because I'm like so confused, like whether because
What
I've
do you mean
been
certain about? अरे ये तो बड़ा आसान है. Just go to Gemini and say, look in the Federal Register for USCIS comments, where they said that you get a new 60-day grace period with each H1B approval.
Yeah, but okay, understood. The only thing is, will I get the 60-day even if I've never started, if I don't have any pay stubs, I
That's
don't
the
have
way I
any.
see. That's the way I see it. Because if you look at the trigger event, what is the trigger? Approval. Trigger is not joining. समझे?
Okay. और उनसे ये कुछ rescission letter already rescission तो हो चुका है, तो दूसरा rescission letter ऐसा कुछ लगेगा क्या after the fact?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you have the 60 days, go look for a job or do another B2 or B1. ठीक है. Karan, I have to move on.
Okay, thank you.
All the best. Nemo ke Nemo Claw. I'm always suspicious now whether it's
Hi
an
Rajiv ji. Yeah, it's me.
AI
Uh, uh,
AI agent के real Nemo.
no, no, AI agent,
You heard about
human
Nemo
agent.
Claw. You heard about Nemo Claw, right?
I have not actually.
What? Are you a technology guy?
Yeah, I am, but there's so much going on lately that I'm a
बिल्कुल
little out of
आप
that,
बिल्कुल
out of date.
I would take away your technology license. Nemo Claw has been the biggest story for the last 2 weeks. क्योंकि वो ओपन
Oh,
क्लॉ है ना तो ओपन क्लॉ को
uh-huh.
क्या नाम है उनका एनवीडिया ने ना they
Hmm.
actually put it in their own hardware and operating system environment, making it secure. So you can
Acha.
buy the box for about $5,000. It actually constrains you to their AI model, which is not the
Okay.
best as far as I can tell. But that's called Nemo Claw. That's why I was saying Nemo.
Oh,
Anyhow, ये तो लंबी
I'll check it right after
it's
this.
worth. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that.
जी,
But yeah, thanks for this session as well, for helping the community.
okay.
So my question is actually, I'm right now also like in a similar situation as many of the other people. I was laid off recently, and currently in the serving the grace period, and because of so many either RFEs or even denials for some people, I was thinking, should I also go for B1, B2? And if I do, should I just do it during my grace period or after, like when it's almost ending?
नहीं
And
नहीं
I
you
think you
should
mentioned in
do it now. देखो आपके पास you don't have too many choices. So the way I see it, B1 is the only choice that is left. Okay.
okay.
So
And you
that's
said,
what
sorry, yeah, you said that in the grace period, if you do it, let's say in the later, if in case it's still in process, and let's say you get a new job, you can still get withdraw it and let the new company file a transfer of
if
H1B,
you
right?
file it
Is
within 60-day grace period, sure, absolutely.
within okay, within, so still like this same period will still
If you do it
stay the same.
outside the grace period, it's not that easy. That's a long discussion. We've had it in pretty much every call we've talked about it.
Okay,
That's a
grace
long
period doesn't
discussion.
get paused, right? It doesn't
No,
pause once you file B1 within the grace period. It doesn't pause.
no. All right.
Oh, okay, okay. And also, like just before my layoff, 2 days before that, I also had my I-140 approved. So I'm
So
thinking
doesn't
that
help.
let's,
It
so
doesn't
it
help.
doesn't like hinder my B1, B2 approval, right? They will think that you have immigration intent because,
Theoretically, yes. Practically, no.
oh, okay, okay. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
just wanted to confirm that. Thank you.
Yep. All the best. Because somebody
Thank
who's
you so
lived here
much.
so many years is going to apply for a green card. So what?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
All the
thank you.
best to you. Yeah. Dave, or is it Dev?
Dave, hello, Rajiv sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jay.
I'll take like few minutes to like explain some context, and then I'll get to my question because I think
Few
it's
minutes तो मेरे पास नहीं है. Few seconds जरूर दे
yeah,
सकते
few
हो.
seconds. I'm last leg of my 3-year extension of the H1B extension filing, and the H1B, I think the third year finishes in like February of 2028. So my employer is filed for PERM, but the recruitment phase did not go through. There were like several applicants that came in, and it did not go through. So they're asking because like I'm remote right now, so what they're suggesting is like if you start coming to the office, which is a job description, which is a company policy that everybody has to follow, but since my original job description was remote, I was exempted. But what they're saying is if I start working from the office, then it would thin out the criteria for a lot of applicants that might be
Yeah,
applying.
because then they can confine their recruitment only to the local area.
Yes, but the thing is, like the job office would be in a metropolitan area, like it would not be a remote area. So, like for example, like take into like Chicago or like New York, like these places have like a lot of like local applicant pools that can still apply. So, and one more important thing that I should mention is that they're using the job description from like when I was hired, which was like 3-4 years ago, and which I think is a very broad like a set of responsibilities, which I
That's also a very bad idea because when they apply for your perm, they are applying for the job that you will get when you get your green card approval, which means 10 years down the line.
Mhm.
So they should be looking 10 years in the future, not 3 years in the past.
But so like when I asked this question, like why are we using an old job description? It said like they said that that's how they did it. But I'm trying to make a case with my boss and as well as
Wait,
the
wait, wait.
HR.
Do they have immigration lawyers?
Yes.
It's not the company's call without discussing with the lawyers. They should talk with the lawyers. They should be looking 10 years ahead, not back.
Yeah, because like the skills that they originally requested are like obsolete, and like I'm way beyond and like into like advanced like AI ML
No,
like
this is absolutely nuts. I don't understand what is going on here. Because any lawyer who is even remotely competent should be able to see this problem coming at.
So what do you recommend? Like what's the best
Get
way
a
that
good lawyer, get them involved in a consultation, make sure that the employer knows what's going on.
So can I actually request them to like look into the probability of like updating the job description so that they have some idea? Because I have some articles from the official USCIS sites, like where
So I
they.
don't know how you interact with your employer. No, उसका मैं क्या जवाब दूं आपको? But this is just incorrect. The whole approach is incorrect.
So the updating the JD part is a valid option to go through, right?
Absolutely, that is how it should be. And if there is enough difference in the job, let's say you were hired as a systems analyst,
Mhm.
but in 10 years we expect you to be a systems manager or a product manager, we should be filing for a product manager.
Okay. And then one final question is like, do you think like working from the office would strengthen my case?
I don't
Uh,
know the answer to that question. I don't know the facts of your case, but yes, it reduces the recruitment area to your office.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank
All the
you.
best. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. Sai ji, go ahead, Sai. Sai. Rahul ji, go ahead, Rahul.
Hey, hi Rajiv sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I have a like quick question. Like, I recently got laid off around like 10th of February, and then I got a new job, and my employer is in process of filing my petition, like transfer process.
Okay.
But my grace period ends on 10th of April. So, uh, if I get like my LCA is certified, so what are my chances to have that 4 or 5 days gap if it crosses like the grace period?
It shouldn't because it takes 7 business days to get an LCA. So if they work fast enough, they should be able to make it. March is
Okay.
31 days, right? January, February, March. 31 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be able to make it.
Okay. And I have like related question like, can another employer file like new petition parallelly to the existing transfer like
Sure.
H1B transfer petition?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Immigration
So
law doesn't care. You can file 10 petitions at the same time if you want.
okay. So if there is an existing petition is in progress outside window, so another employer can also file the new petition along with
Sure.
that, right?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah. That's pretty much. Thank you so
All
much.
the best, Ji. Sai, are you back? Sai Ji? Sai? Ahmed Ji, go ahead. Ahmed? Ahmed? Okay. Shardul Gore?
Hello, sir.
हाँ
Hello,
जी अहमद जी
Ahmed.
go ahead. हाँ Ahmed, go ahead.
Yeah.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for conducting this session, sir. I came to know about came to about that yesterday. So I have only one question. Recently, I got a traffic citation for speeding over 25 over 30. Sorry, 31 over 25, which is 6 miles per hour over.
Seems like a
Uh,
minor issue.
yeah, infraction, hopefully, sir. Like, yeah, thanks for the kind that words actually. So my question here is like, I contacted the uh, traffic law office, and they asked me to do a course, driving school course, and community service. Okay,
Okay.
so it's in progress. The question I have is like, and the speeding is in the school zone actually. Okay, so
Oh, okay,
yeah,
hold on. That changes things.
right.
What you need to do is whichever state this problem occurred, talk to a lawyer who does deportations in that state.
Okay.
You're not, I don't think you're deportable, but they are the ones who know the consequences of criminal convictions. Okay.
Okay.
Talk to them.
Okay.
Don't take any action without talking to a immigration lawyer.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's the question here now. Like,
I've given
so
you the answer.
okay. Okay. Talk
Talk
to.
with a lawyer who does deportations, deportation defense,
Okay. Okay.
preferably somebody who does nothing but deportation defense, and
Okay. Okay.
preferably with at least 5 to 10 years of experience. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
All the best, जी.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. हाँ जी शर्दुल जी, क्या बात है भाई, बड़ी चमक रहे हो आप.
Thank you, Rajiv ji. Thank you for hosting this session.
जी.
Just a quick question. I've applied for a change of status to B2 from H1B on December 16th, which was within the 60 days grace period. While filing, I cited job search as one of the prominent reasons for applying.
Good. Good.
So, seeing the current trend for like RFEs and NOIDs, is it okay to submit a clarification statement as part of the unsolicited evidence restating travel, tourism?
I'm not sure it does anything, Shardul ji.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Because you are still going to get an RFE if you are going to get an RFE. So I wouldn't. I don't think. I think it's only marginally useful, and it may be more harmful than useful.
okay. Got it.
क्योंकि if you start giving explanations, you don't know what the question is. At least question तो देख लो पहले before you start responding to it.
But would in that scenario, annoyed would be more problematic as well as probable?
No, it's the same thing.
Okay.
I would rather look at the question before I answer it. If I start answering question without looking at it, God knows what I'm going to say that could even be more harmful to me. जो सवाल पूछा ही नहीं उसका जवाब क्यों दूंगा? Right?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thanks
All the best, जी. Shreyas's phone. Shreyas's phone. Can you get Shreyas for us, please? Shreyas. All right. Santosh R. Santosh ji, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Rajiv. Thanks for having this call. So I was laid off recently, and while my I-140 perm was in progress, and after laid off couple of months back, my perm got approved, and my previous company, notified me. Can I request them to file my I-140? I had already initiated, but they were not sure if they can do it or not. They said they have to.
That's very tricky. Very, very tricky. Because by filing the I-140, they are indicating that they have a permanent job for you. Okay. Of course, you are indicating or you are consenting that you are going to join them on a permanent basis. Then the next logical question is, if you were going to join them on a permanent basis, why did you leave them? And why did they let you go? So I think it's quite tricky. And under normal immigration environment, I would have been okay with it. Under this environment, they're just looking for ways to hurt people. So I would be careful. I would have to talk with the employer, find out why they let you go, and why now they are willing to hire you back. What's going on? So
Yeah, they said like upon initial discussion with the company attorney said first they will prioritize the existing employees, and then if they decide to file for me, they will be doing at the last, first after prioritizing the existing, and that too in regular. They don't do it in premium.
I'm not sure they should, but that's between their lawyers and them. It
Okay,
doesn't hurt you. I don't see how it can hurt you.
okay,
All right.
yeah. Yeah, thank
All
you.
the best, Ji. Sai, Shreyas, you guys are here or no? Okay. Abhishek ji, go ahead. Abhishek.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Raju ji, for organizing this. So I have a question and a follow-up on this on the first question that see the H1B was filed in June of 2025 from India, and still it is not approved. So my company is ready to file L1A also. So can I go ahead with L1A?
Absolutely. Absolutely no problem. Go for
And
it.
and it should not affect my H1 approval, or will it affect?
It does not.
It does not. And also, Rajivji, the follow-up question is like company is also ready to initiate EB1 EB1A process from India itself.
I mean EB1C process.
EB1C, sorry, yeah.
L1A के बड़े पापा होते हैं
Yeah,
वो
yeah,
EB1C.
EB1C, yeah, correct. Sorry, EB1C. So, should we start the EB1C?
None of these are mutually exclusive
Okay.
because L1 is a dual intent visa. You can have a green card going. H1 is a dual intent visa. EB1C can be started whether you are in USA or outside USA. No problem.
Okay, so they can start with
They can start
EB1C
L1, EB1C all at the same time.
all
और
at the same
आपके साथ इतना प्रेम आ रहा है तो सभी कुछ करवा लो.
Thank you very much, Rajiv ji. It's
All
very
right.
helpful. Thank you.
Welcome. Harsh Shahji. Harsh.
Hello, Rajiv ji. Can you hear me?
कैसे हैं शाह साहब? I can hear you. Yes.
Yes. How are you doing? Thank you for this session.
खूब मजा में भाई.
राजीव सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दो शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन रियल क्विक कि अभी आज चल रही H1B लॉटरी के बारे में कोई रिजल्ट्स की कोई अनाउंसमेंट है, ऐसा कुछ हुआ है या फिर मोस्टली वीकेंड को ही देखने मिलेगा?
आज तक अभी तक तो कुछ हुआ नहीं बिकॉज नहीं तो मुझे I would have heard about it.
ओके
अभी तक तो कुछ हुआ नहीं है but it should be long.
ओके, मेक सेंस. और दूसरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि अभी 5-6 महीने पहले जो एक बिल ड्राफ्ट हुआ था कि सेकंड टाइम मास्टर या डे 1 CPT मास्टर्स को
वो बिल
थोड़ा,
नहीं था हर्ष जी, वो रेगुलेशन थी.
हाँ रेगुलेशन
And
था.
that regulation was actually given its semi-final format. और
ओके,
उसके ऊपर लोगों ने कमेंट किया.
हाँ,
फिर then they took that regulation and they've been sitting on it.
ओके, यस,
और
मुझे उसका
जैसे
स्टेटस ही जानना था.
अंडे में से चूजा निकलेगा क्या होगा, but they are sitting on it.
हाँ, मैंने देखा था 21,000 कमेंट्स आई थी उस रेगुलेशन पे.
But it still should not take them that long because out of 21,000 at least 18 to 20 are just repeat.
या ओके, तो वो रेगुलेशन आपको लगता है कि गो थ्रू हो रहा है या फिर उसका रूल?
I don't have any inside source, Harshi.
Okay.
But I don't think there is.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Rajiv ji.
You're welcome.
Have
All
a
the
nice day.
best. You too, sir. Prasanna ji, go ahead.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can just speak up a little bit, Prasanna ji.
Yes. Hi. So Rajiv sir, good afternoon, first of all. Thank you so much for conducting this. So I'll quickly explain my case. So I was on H1 and I was laid off in December. So as of Jan, my grace period started, and on Feb it was ending. But in Feb, I had a medical situation where I underwent surgery. And so I lost 1 month in that. So I filed my B2 on medical grounds for time needed for my recovery and everything. So now I'm good. Everything is good. And obviously I'm looking for a job. So my thing is, like I had 3-4 questions, like I'll quickly ask them. So first is, I don't know, when I mentioned in the B2, my application, I mentioned that I'm sufficient enough to cover all my expenses and everything. But now, at that time, I didn't have any bill. Now also, I don't have. But let's just say if the bill comes to be a like higher amount, then I might.
Prasanna ji, most of these hospitals, if they send you a bill, they are very willing to enter into an installment agreement.
Correct.
So all you do is you call them and say, look, I can't afford to pay all of this at the same time. But I would be okay doing an installment. Yeah.
Yeah. So my thing was maybe like one is that option, but if I like if the bill is way too high, I might file for do an application for financial aid. Yeah, but I have heard that I think financial aid application might hinder my B2 application.
Yeah, it not B2, but it could become a problem for your green card also. So I don't really know the exact details of. I haven't looked at the most recent policy statements were from State Department. I haven't looked at the public charge issue, which is what gets
Correct.
gets into the picture. I don't have any useful feedback for you except to tell you to go search for public charge issues for immigration. Okay.
Okay.
Public
So
charge.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. So that is one. Now, obviously, I'll be waiting for B2 result, and in the meantime, if I get H1, so considering so I talked with my attorney, and they mentioned that I have a pretty strong case considering was a medical condition with my B2. So let's just like I'm expecting that works out with H1,
Yeah.
and with that, like if there is like a reject, if they reject my H1 or B2 whatever, then what happens to my H1? Like I'll have to leave the country, but what happens to my H1?
No, H1 is still there. You can come back on it. If there's 100,000, you can pay the 100,000, or if the 100,000 expires and doesn't get reset, you can come back on your H1B with a new employer and visa.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. And one last question. This is for my friend actually. So he's also on H1, and I think for the FIFA World Cup, I think he was going to volunteer, and it's not a paid kind of a thing. It's just volunteering. So is it allowed to do that?
Yeah, he can apply for a B1 visa at the consulate, or they probably give him B1, B2 if they approve it. But can you come on FIFA voluntarily on a B visa? Sure. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's already here. He's on H1 here working. He just
Oh,
wanted to
H1,
do
if he's
volunteer.
just going to volunteer without getting paid, sure, go for it.
Yeah, okay, okay,
I thought
perfect.
he was
Thank
getting
you
paid.
so
You're welcome. Yeah, no
no,
problem.
thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
You're welcome. Manoj's iPhone. Manoj.
Hello, sir. Hello, Rajiv ji. How are you?
Manoj, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for doing this. Sir, mine is a similar case as a lot of people explained. I got laid off on H1B. My last date is April 11th. And I do have an offer right now, but they are only like going to process a regular H1B transfer. So should I is that still safe, or what happens if if I get a receipt number and then I start working and then later it gets denied or something?
Well, there's a weirdness in the law. The law says that your old employer is supposed to revoke your H1B. But it also says if they don't revoke your H1B and you went and worked for these people and their H1B got denied, you can come back and join the old employer without a new H1B.
Okay. No, Rajiv ji, I got laid off from the current
तो अगर
work.
layoff हो गया फिर तो कोई वो that is so in that case if the H1B gets denied then you have to leave the country.
Okay. And okay, my जो भी अगर काम किया होगा तब तक that will be like unlawful, is it?
No, not at
Okay.
all.
Not at all.
Because whatever you did, you were allowed to do, and when you were not allowed to do, you stopped.
Okay, okay. And should I be, if they are only applying regular H1B transfer, should I be doing B1, B2 as backup? कि अगर ऐसा कुछ होता है तो
It's a tough question to answer. You can try, but be
Okay.
careful and be absolutely honest that I'm doing it as a backup option.
Okay.
They probably won't allow it. They'll say, "Oh no, backups are not allowed." करके देख लो.
Okay.
You can't lie about it. That's all. Just be careful.
Yeah. Sir, just one more additional question to this. If regular processing is going on, let's say 2 months tak approve nahi hua, but I'm working and I get another job, is there like a minimum time that I have to spend with
No,
any
but
of
you
the?
won't be able to get a transfer, no? Because if you apply for an H1B
Hmm.
with a second employer outside your grace period,
Yeah.
then you become subject to the bridge petitions. Unless the first petition is approved, the second cannot be approved. Can
Okay.
you join the second one? Sure. But if the first one withdraws, then you are out of status.
Oh, okay. But the second one, if they raise like a premium, will that make it both of them premium or?
No, just one of them premium, whichever one they asked for.
Okay. Okay. Sir, just my main question was like, agar approved hai, is there any minimum time to spend with a company or something? No, right?
No, there's no such thing.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. Krisha Joshi. Krisha ji, go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Thank you for arranging this call.
Ji, ma'am.
I am currently on H4 visa and my husband is on H1 and he might get laid off in the next 1 or 2 months. That's the environment in his company. and I have already secured admission at George Mason in Virginia. I'm in Virginia right now for the fall intake. I've not issued for the I-20 yet, but I'm going to get it soon. So we are planning to do a change of status. So my question is, would you suggest that I do a change of status first from H4 to F1 with premium processing, or should we both do a change of status together, like his H1 as well, together? What would be a better strategy?
I don't see any need to stagger it. I would do for both.
Together? Okay, and my second question is that I currently live in Virginia with my family, and my husband is working in Michigan. His office is there. So, would there be any RFE based on the location? Because I am in Virginia, even though I'm on H4, and he is over there. Would there be any issue if we do change of status together?
I don't see why, because these kind of situations are common. When
Okay.
two people, one is going to school, the other one is in a job, or
Mhm.
two people are holding different jobs. It's quite common for them to be in different cities. Nothing unusual
Okay.
about it.
Okay, thank you. And finally, my last question is that after we both get approved for change of status, and I'm on F1 and he's on F2, later on when he wants to go back to his H1 when he finds a job, would the 100K fee apply for him if he's in the country?
If he's in the country in status and his
Hmm.
change of status back to H1B is approved, there's no
Hmm.
100,000.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah,
You're
thank you.
welcome. Sai ji, Shreyas ji, okay. Kiran
Yeah, I'm
Thyagarajan.
here. I'm here.
Yeah, Shreyas, go ahead.
Yeah. Um, thanks for organizing this, Rajiv, again. I think we spoke last week also. I was trying to get some information. How is the move from like H1B to B1 looking like right now? B1, B2.
I don't have any successful cases, but we just started doing that.
Okay. So you're saying, I mean, what is it? I mean, would you suggest like B2 or B1, or is it
Could do B1.
so? So how would it work? Like, let's say towards end of my 60th day, I will apply for B1,
Same,
right?
it's the same paperwork as a B2, simply a different selection.
Okay.
All right.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, I think I was just curious on how the approval rates are right now.
Yeah, they're just keeping us on our toes. That's all I can tell you.
So there's no confidence, right? Like I might have to leave by the end of 60th
I
day.
think it's as good a case as we can make.
Okay.
All right.
So can I stay on a single day beyond 60 day like when I'm filing? How long would the approval or denial take actually?
Well, as long as you get it filed within 60 days, you should be okay to stay.
And how long would the denial take?
Nobody knows. I like your optimism. How long will the denial take? You mean adjudication? It could be an approval too.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I mean, I'm thinking of the worst case, right? Because denial, then immediately have to leave, right? So you have to plan for the worst.
I know cases where things have been pending past 6 months. So who
Okay.
knows?
Okay.
But
Got
I
it.
only know the next step and then figure out the step after. You can't plan too far ahead.
Makes sense. All right. Thank you.
All the best, Ji. Kiran Thyagarajan.
Hello, sir. I'm talking on behalf of my husband.
Ji.
So actually, my husband talked with you this morning regarding H1B visa. He was in H1B extension, but he got terminated just yesterday from his job.
Okay.
So you have suggested to move out of the country immediately and do whatever after leaving to maintain the status
There
legally.
must be something else going on. So, Kiranji, I don't exactly know what we are talking about. But if I suggested to move out, there must be a reason for it.
Okay, because my husband's H1B is expired 2025 September. So he filed the extension in July 2025. So it is still processing. The USCIS status says it's still processing, but just yesterday he got terminated. So is there a time like
Right. Yeah, because he doesn't have a 60-day grace period.
yeah.
That makes sense. That's why I said you have no grace period, leave.
I mean, I heard from someone like a suggestion like the employer needs to notify USCIS to withdraw the petition. Is that true? Or
They do, but the fact is he stopped working. It could be argued that his termination was the event or the trigger which would make him illegal in the United States.
but there was no notice given for the termination. It was all of a sudden. So is
Yeah,
it like gonna be like
immigration law does not require a notice.
so that
However, there is
Mhm.
an argument to be made, and that's a little risky. There's an argument that you cannot let an H1B employee go unless you do three things. Number one, you tell them when the work is over. Your 24th is your last day of working.
Mhm.
Number two, you inform the USCIS that you are revoking this case. And number three, offer the employee one-way ticket back to their home country. You have to do all three. Otherwise, the employer's liability to continue to pay his wages remains. Okay. So what is the practical implication of that? Somebody files a complaint with the Wage and Hour Division of the Department of Labor and says, look, they never really let me go and they're not paying me. It's called bona fide termination. There was no bona fide termination. It's a little risky, but if that's what you want to try, you can.
To try that, we need to stay in US?
You'll have to file a complaint with the Wage and Hour Division.
I have never heard about this option because once we had call with you, we were in an impression that we have to leave the US immediately.
Yeah,
Or do you have any grace?
that's the safest strategy. Everything else is a little risky.
Because he has some interviews going on. He was planning to change the job, and the interviews are in final stage and might get offer soon. So can he?
Kiranji, these are very, very long shots. I mean, unfortunately, no matter how much time I spend talking about it, there is no clear path forward. The
Oh.
only advantage of filing a Wage and Hour Division complaint is you can, if you do a second H1B, you can say, look, I was never fired and they never paid me. So I was maintaining status as best as I could. Therefore, give me my H1B within the United States. Would the government agree? I don't know.
There is something other option that you mentioned about NPT. I'm not sure if
There's no NPT. Somebody else must have mentioned.
yeah, I don't think you
Non
it's
pro
called
tunc is,
yeah,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
right.
There's no NPT.
Yeah, non-protect, right? So
Non
can we still apply
No,
for the change
Kiranji,
of status?
I already told you that's not an option.
That's not an option at all?
No.
Huh.
Okay.
I mean, even for the current offers that he has in hand, right? Can he do the H1 transfer
No.
right now? No, he has to go to India and then do it.
Well, because he doesn't have a grace period. So no matter what you do, he can't do it from within USA. If he goes outside, then he's stuck with 100,000. But that's all you got.
How come it is stuck with 100,000? Because he has a valid H1B,
Kiranji,
right?
I can only tell you the law. I can't change the law for you.
I'm just trying to understand, like, if we were going to India, we don't, I mean, we can come back in H1B if we have a new offer or H4
Yeah,
if
just
we,
pay $100,000. That's all. You can.
oh, okay. Even for H4, if because I am working,
No, H4 is not 100,000. So if you are on H1
mm-hmm,
and he
I'm,
goes to India and comes back on H4, he can then convert to H1, no problem.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but if he tries to go to India and
Uh-huh.
come back on H1, 100,000.
I see. That makes sense. Thank you so much. Thank you
Welcome.
so much, sir. So,
Ma'am,
the
I'm going to have to go
safest
on.
option.
I'm going to have to go on. All the best.
Thank you.
Senthilji, go ahead. Some cases are too complex for me to resolve here, guys. I can give you the guidelines, but I
Okay.
can't answer everything related to that.
Yeah, thank you.
Senthilji, go ahead. You're welcome, Kiranji. Senthil Selvan, go ahead.
Yes. Can you hear
Can't hear
me?
you, sir. I can't hear you.
Uh,
Get closer to the
Can
microphone.
you see me now?
Much better, yes.
Okay. Yes, my microphone is working. So, yeah, thanks for conducting the session. And my case is that I'm in Canada right now, I used to have H1B approved, and I was working in the US from October 2023 to 2024. Okay. So now, if I look for job and if I do get a job, I mean, will the 100K apply for me for getting
Yes.
a new?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, if you
So,
were in the United States on another status, are you a Canadian citizen, Senthil?
no, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, so if you could be in the US on another status which allows you to convert to H1B, then the 100,000 won't apply. For
Oh, I
example,
see.
if you are married to an H1B holder.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
just talk,
So, okay. So if I do apply for jobs in the US right now, what's your answer for this question? Are you authorized to work in this country? Is it yes because I'm still
The
H1B?
answer is no.
No? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Uh,
All the best.
Thanks for that. Yeah. Those are the questions I have. Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Ji.
Yeah.
Gargi ji, go ahead. Gargi Badani.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for getting on the call. So I was on H1B and I lost my job in like June of last year. And then I put a filing for like a B1 in June itself, like on the 30th day. And I voluntarily left the country in November to come back to India. But then when I was like checking my status online for like the petition which I had filed, the petition shows that it was rejected for insufficient funds. And the petition mentions that I have to refile to continue with the petition, but I have already like left the country.
No, there's
Do I
nothing
need
for
to
you
like
to do. Ignore it.
do I need to like refile? And like so my husband is already in US. He is gonna get transferred from J1 to H1B, and I am planning to come back on H4. So will this whole situation affect me when I come back?
I don't see how it would impact you. So
And
let's just look at the timeline for a moment.
yeah,
You said you got laid off, right?
yeah.
What was the date approximately?
June, 1st June.
And you filed your B1,
On
B2 within
27th June.
within the
27th. Yes.
within 60-day grace period, right? You had
Yeah.
60-day grace period?
Yes. I did have.
When was your I-94 H1 expiring?
It expires right in October of 2026. Like this was my first time.
So you filed it, everything was done on time.
Yeah.
And when did you leave the US?
November 15th, which is like 4.5 months later.
4.5 months. So even if we take the worst case scenario, you're less than 180 days. I
Yeah.
don't think you have any problem.
Okay. And should I apply for a B1, B2 visa? I had a 10-year B1, B2 which expired
No.
recently.
Is your husband
Should
on
I?
H1? Gargi, is your husband on H1?
He is on J1 right now. He's gonna switch to H1B. He's a physician.
You can try a J2, but then you get stuck with the home residency requirement.
So his waiver is already approved by USCIS. He's on the last step of getting transferred from J1 to H1B.
I think I haven't looked into the law whether it creates a problem. It shouldn't, because if he
Okay.
already has a waiver, then you should be able to come on a J2. And J2 is
J2.
also work authorized, no? So that's a good visa to come
Yeah.
on.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All the best.
Thank you.
HR.
Thank you so much, Rajeshri, for doing this. I have a couple of questions. So I found a job at a relative's company during my grace period. They also work as a consultancy, and they filed my LCA for Atlanta. So I was wondering if I can work from DC until my H1B is approved. They did regular processing.
What is your current status?
They did H1 transfer, so I'm waiting on it.
So they did an H1B transfer. To the best of my knowledge, or I should say guess, you should not be able to work from Washington, D.C.
Okay. And is it safe to file amendment if I want to work?
Yes, but there are two issues here. Should you do an amendment before the approval of the pending H1B? I would avoid that. I would rather premium process the pending one, get it approved, then file an amendment.
Okay. And like they filed on March 16th. So historically, I know like because of H1B registration, I heard it can also delay the receipt. Is that true?
No, I have no personal knowledge of that.
Okay. And like once I get receipt, do I have to immediately join, or can I take some time off vacation?
It's an option, not an obligation. You don't have to join.
Like legally, I mean, say if I want to go, so how much time is safest? Like I also will have to move and everything. So
as long as the H1B is not approved, you are safe. And for if after the H1B is approved, you want another few weeks to join, couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, you can make the request to the employer for that extra time. They should be able to accommodate you.
So they actually did regular processing, so it will take months, right? So I can't wait for months.
I don't know what to tell you. That's how I see it. So filing an amendment on a pending case is complicated, especially with this administration.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
If you want to do it, get it premium process, get it approved, then file an amendment.
And then once the receipt is received, should I be immediately getting paid even if I haven't joined them? So
the employer is under no obligation to pay you for up to 60 days if you are not yet ready to join.
Okay. So, and then once I get the receipt, I can maybe start in a month without any legal risk or anything, right? Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All the best.
Thank you.
Aditya ji, go ahead. Aditya.
Hi, Rajiv ji. This is Aditya.
Ji, go ahead, Aditya.
I have a very quick question. I'm on H1B right now. I was on F1 last year, transitioned to H1B. My work location, so I have two work locations on my petition. One is headquarters in Pennsylvania. Work location two is home branch in New Jersey. I've been always working from Pennsylvania. Now, due to personal reason, I want to move to New Jersey and work from New Jersey office. Question one, last year they moved the office 3 miles away. For my lawyers, they said they just got to post the LCA, which they use for the petition for 10 business days. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Question two, am I supposed to stay within a commutable distance from the New Jersey office, or it can be anywhere?
If you are working from the office, if you are going to go to office and work from there, you could be staying anywhere, doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I do work full time, 5 days from office. Question three. Can I work like 1 day from Pennsylvania office and 4 days from New Jersey office?
Not without an amendment. I don't think so.
I have both the addresses mentioned on my H1B petition.
Then you can.
Yeah, currently I am in
If you have LCS covering both locations, then you can.
Okay, that was my question. Yeah, so currently I am in Pennsylvania, working from Pennsylvania office. I plan to work from New Jersey office, and I plan to come like once a day in a week to work from Pennsylvania and 4 days from New Jersey.
Yeah, once the posting is done, you are fully approved for both locations. You can work any number of hours, any days, any number of days from either location.
Okay. Are we supposed to record that posting somewhere?
That's your lawyers and your employer's job, not yours.
Okay. One last follow-up question. Am I supposed to do anything else apart from filing an AR11?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. That was it.
All the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anubhav Kumar, Anubhav ji, go ahead.
Hello, Rajiv ji. How are you? Thank you for taking my question. Actually, I have a very quick question, and it's mostly a query. I completed my master's in December from US University, and now I have secured my PhD admission at a different university. The program starts in August, and I have my new I-20. My F1 visa is valid till 2029. I was planning to visit home, like go back to India for a month and come back to States in mid-May to attend my graduation.
When does your visa expire?
In 2029.
So you are going to come back within the life of your current visa.
Yeah, definitely.
And your trajectory has been, you first did a master's and now you're going for a PhD.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So your question, is it safe to travel? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah. Yeah, because my professor has been telling me that make sure that everything is intact and you don't face any problem.
Which
Because they have
university are you choosing for PhD?
Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's a good school. I think it should be reasonably safe to travel.
Okay, because I plan on coming back within a month. I don't want to stay long
Yeah,
there.
see, there are no zero risk options in immigration law. But this is low risk. I don't think it should be a problem.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
sir.
All the best.
Have a good day, sir.
You too, sir. Harshita ji, go ahead. Harshita ji.
राधे राधे सर, हाउ आर यू?
प्रणाम, सादर प्रणाम। आप कैसी हैं?
मैं ठीक हूँ, थैंक यू सो मच
अच्छा,
फॉर
ये जो ऐसे लगा के होता है, ये फैशन होता है क्या?
नहीं सर, एक्चुअली थोड़ा हटा लिया कि अभी स्क्रीन पे काम नहीं कर रही हूँ, तो अदरवाइज लगा लेती हूँ जैसे ही काम चालू करती हूँ।
I do the same thing. I just want to know if I was fashionable or just doing it as a functional thing.
Just doing it.
कहिए,
तो
how can I?
हाँ जी सर, मेरा जस्ट फॉलो अप क्वेश्चंस है। आपने अभी मेरे बिजनेस पार्टनर के साथ बात करी थी, ऋतिक शर्मा। सो आई
ये
एम द
बिजनेस
वन
पार्टनर है, दूसरे वाले पार्टनर नहीं।
बिजनेस पार्टनर सर, अभी जिनसे आपने बात करी, ऋतिक शर्मा। सो जस्ट मेरे फॉलो अप क्वेश्चंस
ये
हैं।
स्टेम ओपीटी वाले थे?
हाँ जी, वो स्टेम ओपीटी पे है और मैं डे 1 सीपीटी पे हूँ, बट आई एम नॉट वर्किंग, इट्स जस्ट मैं काम कर सकती हूँ। तो मेरे फॉलो अप क्वेश्चंस ये हैं सर कि लेट्स से कि हमने हाँ बोर्ड ऑफ मेंबर में एक पर्सन को ले लिया, इक्विटी उनको कम दिया, बाय लॉज में है उनके पास पावर दैट
What you
दे कैन
want to
हायर
do
फायर।
is, no, this is actually something you should be talking with a lawyer
Okay.
who does corporate or business law in the state in which you want to incorporate.
Okay.
Okay. Also remember, the state in which you incorporate and the state in which you do business don't have to be the same. But usually it's a good idea for smaller companies to incorporate in the same state where they do business. So you should do some homework on that
Okay.
and see what works best. छोटी कंपनी के लिए it doesn't matter much. If you were a 1,000 employee company, I would have to think about what is the best place to incorporate.
हम डेलावेयर सी कॉर्प सोच रहे थे सर।
Well, see, that makes sense if you are Coca-Cola.
Okay.
ठीक है ना, वो अभी नहीं हो, आप एक दिन हो जाओगे। लेकिन to me it appears that keep it as simple as possible. Talk with a business lawyer. See if LLC is a better option than a C corp.
जी.
And what are the right kind of contracts where one person, or does the board of director have to be 3 people? Probably not. It could be, depends on the state law.
Okay.
Some states would probably allow fewer number of directors. What if they allow one director? Then the choice is obvious. All we have to do is put in our bylaws that the board of directors has the final say on hiring and firing authority for executive level or senior level officers.
Okay, so it means that we can have the executive level position as well. It's just that they should have the hire and fire authority. That person needs to have it.
I would be careful with the executive level position, simply because when you are on STEM OPT, the main purpose is to be trained.
Yes, sir.
It isn't to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So let's keep that in mind. And what I would recommend is that don't go beyond technical positions. You can be, for example, don't go to CTO, but something below that. For example, lead software developer.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, one of the things you have to worry about is also compensation. How much should you be paid? And there are some complicated rules in STEM OPT. And one of those rules is, if the company is paying everybody according to some formula they use for equity plus some cash, then they can do that for you as well, even though you're on STEM OPT. It's not like H1B where you have to be paid a base salary.
हाँ जी.
So इसको थोड़ा research कर लीजिएगा, इसको they call it alternate compensation. So research STEM OPT alternate compensation.
Okay, for sure, sir. Done. We'll do that. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. That's all.
All the best जी, खूब सारे पैसे कमाइए and
Thank you.
वो एम के लगा के रखिए सर।
Sure, sir. Radhe Radhe. Thank you.
खुश रहिए। Primary जी, go ahead, primary.
Oh, I think it's me. So this is Ridhima. Thank you for this session.
नाम फिर
I
से
had
बताइए मैम, I don't know your name.
Ridhima.
बड़ा मुश्किल नाम है तो कैसे? हाँ, अच्छा ठीक है।
तो मेरा क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली क्वेरी रिलेटेड था, टाइमलाइन वाइज। So yesterday I got notified that my employment is ending, and the date that it would end, they said, is April 1.
Okay.
And I am on a valid H1B right now. और उन्होंने बोला that April 1 को they are required to withdraw the H1B petition. So 60-day grace period, would that begin from yesterday या April 1 timeline wise मुझे
When do you
जानना था.
stop working, Ridhima ji?
They asked me to stop working since yesterday. Like they revoked all the access.
So let's just assume that your 60 days. This is the most conservative method to approach this. That your 60-day grace period begins the day after you stop working.
I see. Okay. तो last paycheck वगैरह वैसा कोई clause we don't need to consider.
Well, yeah, there is that clause, but that is a Biden administration era policy. Trump administration has not announced the policy. They've just archived the old policy. Who knows what it is now?
Got it. So, तो फिर अगर B1 का route लेना है, तो what's the earliest time I could work with your firm to get that going? Timeline
Get
wise.
started now. Just reach out to Anna, ANNA @immigration.com.
Okay, all right.
ठीक है.
Thank you so much. Yes, that
All
was.
the best, ji, Ridhima ji.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, I think there are two people. Shailesh ji said, Trupti ji said they couldn't raise their hands. I'll call on you. Let me finish this round and then we'll take. Sai, go ahead. Sai, I see that you're back.
Hi Rajiv ji, thank you for doing this.
Ji, of course. Go ahead.
So I filed for H1B to F1 change of status, and I received an RFE, and today I am responding to the RFE. And meanwhile, I got an offer from a company. So could you suggest me what would be the best strategy for
So, Saiji, what was your status being changed to?
H1B to F1?
H1B to F1.
And I applied under premium processing.
And you are outside the grace period now?
Yes, I am outside grace period.
You have to wait for the F1 approval.
Okay. If we file H1 transfer while F1 is pending, would that be an issue?
I would be careful with that. I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
All right.
And one last question, Rajivji. After F1 approval, can I file the H1 transfer?
This is tricky because you don't want to give the impression that you are just trying to get onto F1 to save time. So if you are going to continue school on H1, you can do it part-time. Then I don't think there is any problem. But if you are completely leaving your F1 and converting to H1, I don't think it gives a good taste.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Rajivji.
Madhurji, go ahead. Madhur, go ahead.
Hello, Rajiv ji. So, I got my green card in hand couple of days ago, and I was wondering. So, I had an I-140. So, I got it through EB1B, but I had my independent EB1A petition pending. So, we are going to withdraw that.
Yeah, that's automatically gone. You can't have multiple green cards.
Okay. So, and my question is, do we need to do anything else? Because my employer said that we should apply a new SSN or get the statement off of my SSN that said DH. It said that visa is required previously, something like that.
Well,
He said,
I'll tell you something. I turned 65 last year. Okay.
Okay.
And I came to the United States at the age of 27. So for close to 40 years, my social security number still said not valid for employment.
Okay.
Okay. I had to change it when I applied for Medicare.
Okay.
So do I have to change it? No. Should you change it? Yeah, might as well.
Okay. And then is there anything, so like I-94 and all that does not matter right now, right? Since we have the green card in hand.
That is true.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to make sure in this era we are up to date on all formalities.
अब आप एक काम करो, बताने के लिए और जलाने के लिए लोगों को बता दो, how does it feel to
No,
have a
sir,
green
the
card?
question never ends. Like ये इतना ये होने के बाद भी the question never ends. कि like are we still all right? कुछ गलत तो नहीं कर रहे हैं? So like the questions never end. But
But
thank
I
you so
think
much. I have been following you, attending a lot of other sessions when I was on H1B, and you were really, really helpful.
of course, my pleasure जी.
Thank you so much for all your
So
help.
kind आपका. मैंने कहा बता भी दो और जला भी दो.
No, I know many people are really in. This is a difficult time for all of us. Thank you so much, sir.
बनत बन जाए, टाइम से सब कुछ हो जाता है. It's all right. So, thank you मधुर जी.
Thank you so
अहमद
much,
जी,
sir.
go ahead. अहमद जी, क्या बात, घूम घाम के वापस आ गया? अहमद, okay. शैलेश जी, go ahead.
नमस्कार।
कैसे हैं आप?
बस आप कैसे हो?
बहुत बढ़िया. Tell me what can I do?
चिंतन कर रहे हैं, चिंता नहीं कर रहे हैं।
चिंतन और मनन जरूरी है, लेकिन मन में चिंता जरूरी नहीं.
केस आप ही के पास है, H1B अप्रूव्ड नोटिस मिल चुका है, वेटिंग फॉर एन अपॉइंटमेंट.
अच्छा,
स्लॉट नहीं है.
आप इंडिया में हो?
मुंबई में.
पर फिर आपको तो 100,000 देना पड़ेगा, राइट?
क्यों? अप्रूव तो आ गया.
आप H1 पे है ना, आपका H1 अप्रूवल आया ना?
H1 अप्रूव हो चुका है.
वो देखो जो है ना 100,000, शैलेश जी, आई हेट टू बी टेलिंग यू दिस, जो 100,000 है वो काउंसलेट भी मांग सकती है जब आप वीजा स्टैंपिंग के लिए जाएं, और जब आप लैंड करें तो सीबीपी भी मांग सकता है.
अच्छा.
हाँ, तो वो
क्यों?
जो
बट इट
भूत
वाज
है वो
सेड.
अभी, वो गया नहीं, वो भूत है अभी.
अच्छा, बट इट वाज सेड दैट जो भी लास्ट ईयर का जो पिटीशन है सब कुछ हो चुका है, दे डोंट हैव टू पे ऑन इट.
हाँ, अच्छा, आपका अप्रूव लास्ट ईयर का हुआ है?
हाँ, लास्ट ईयर का है, अक्टूबर का
इट
ना.
वाज ए रीसेंट अप्रूवल. ओके,
नहीं, अभी तो रिसेंट कहाँ अप्रूव.
आई हैव टू लुक एट योर केस. आप
ओके.
एक काम करिए, अपने केस की जो हिस्ट्री है ना, किस दिन अप्लाई हुआ था,
हाँ,
किस दिन अप्रूव हुआ है,
हाँ.
एंड द फैक्ट दैट इट वाज अप्रूव्ड फॉर काउंसलर प्रोसेसिंग, ये 3 चीजें मुझे लिख के भेज दीजिए, मेरे ईमेल पे डाल दीजिए, help@immigration.com पे.
तो किस दिन अप्लाई किया हुआ है,
हाँ,
किस दिन
अप्रोक्सीमेटली किस
अप्रूवल है.
हाँ, किस दिन अप्लाई किया, किस दिन अप्रूवल आया, एंड इट वाज ए काउंसलर प्रोसेसिंग केस. यू आर
वो
आउटसाइड.
सितंबर में ही था जो भी अप्रूवल था वो.
आप मेरे को ईमेल कर देना. ओके,
मैं ईमेल कर देता हूँ.
और जो आपका केस मैनेजर है, कौन, किसके साथ काम किया आपने?
रजत.
हाँ, तो उसको सीसी कर देना, रजत को उसके अंदर.
एना और रजत को सीसी कर दूंगा.
एना
I'll do
और
it.
रजत. I want to take a quick check.
Sure.
Just want to be sure that you have no issues.
Point is, my B1 B2 is valid till 16th of April.
पर उस पे नहीं आ सकते ना आप. अगर प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि अगर आप B1 B2 पे एंटर करते हैं with a intention to change to H1, गवर्नमेंट विल टेक एन ऑब्जेक्शन कि ये तो फ्रॉड किया आपने हमारे साथ.
इसके लिए ही तो के हुए हैं.
नहीं, डोंट डू दैट. लेट
तो
अस.
अभी क्या है कि H1 एंड H4 वाइफ का भी कर दिया है, एंड वेटिंग फॉर एन अपॉइंटमेंट.
वो अपॉइंटमेंट जब
लेकिन
होगी,
नो स्लॉट.
वो आई नो, लेकिन ये जो 100,000 भी है सितंबर तक है ना, उसके बाद तो ये भी चला जाएगा, अनलेस दे अगेन पुट इट इन प्लेस, हु नोस.
I'll send you the details.
आप मुझे भेज दो. let me double check what the proclamation says. I think you'll be okay because your case was filed before the proclamation.
Correct. My point is कि अभी मैं रिन्यू में डाल दूं अगर B1 B2, what do you suggest? या वेट फॉर H1B कर.
देखिए, बात यह है शैलेश जी, अगर आप रिन्यूअल करवा लेते हैं and you just want to come for a visit, that's okay. But to come for a visit and try to convert to H1B may not be accepted by the government.
अच्छा, change of status is not advisable.
Not for B1 B2 because that's a short term visa.
Correct. That's why this was the point. Maybe my son Anuj Parekh might have spoken to you a couple of times, but he is in US.
बुढ़ा हो गया ना शैलेश जी, आपकी तरह से काले बाल नहीं है, मेरे सफेद बाल हैं.
अरे कहाँ आप ही के एज में चल रहे हैं. आप अभी बताया 65 है, हम 63 है, आप भी फिर भी हो.
तो नहीं,
But
आप मुझे ईमेल कर दीजिए.
I appreciate. I am in the conference committee conference and thankful for that. I'll send you the details.
Sounds good, Parik Saab. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, good. Same. Have a good
Hopefully
day.
we'll
Bye.
see you soon. All right.
Soon. Meet you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Karan ji, go ahead. Karan, आप फिर से आ गए घूम घाम के क्या चल रहा
Hi,
है?
if it's okay, I would like to take another minute. So,
Hi.
my question was that, chalo, I get like, that H1 will be adjudicated most likely, but I don't have an offer because the offer has been rescinded. You are still saying that I should get the 60-day period. Now, I'm hearing that it is discretionary. So, to be safe,
हाँ,
should.
discretionary तो होता है.
हाँ.
लेकिन I can tell you this, out of thousands of cases I've seen 60 days being cut down for only one person.
Okay.
And there was
So,
some issue with him, some kind of a, I don't remember exactly, some kind of misbehavior kind of an issue where some criminal issue or something was going on.
okay. And because mine is also the case where I will never start with that employer, I will never have a pay stub, I will never have a start or end date. So, is there a chance of them cutting it down? And if there is, then as
देखिए
a,
करण, जब बंदर के हाथ में बंदूक थमा दो तो क्या करेगा मालूम?
तो बंदूक से बचने के लिए should I apply for a B2 the very next day after, like extension B2 change of
B1
status?
करिए, B1 करिए, B2 मत करिए.
The very as soon as I get an approval, just because I don't have an offer, should I do B1?
I would. And another thing to watch out for is this.
Hmm.
From the date your petition is revoked,
Hmm.
you should not stay in the United States more than 180 days. Less than 180 days रहना है. 180 days पे फिर 3 year bar लग जाती है if something goes wrong.
पर 60 days तो legally रह सकता हूँ ना from the day petition is revoked.
Oh, that's what I assume. When I look at the language of the law and even if I remember correctly, the comments of the USCIS, to me it appears you should have a 60-day grace period.
And earlier someone was asking about, the 60-day grace period. आप बोल रहे थे कि it will not get started because you don't have a last day of working period. Or so I was confused about that.
No, I'm not sure वो किसका क्या context है, हर एक का context different होता है.
But in this case, 60 days is fine, right? Like
I
without
think so.
having worked for them.
I think so.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. All the best. Okay, I know
Thank
that
you
Trupti
very much.
ji and Ishita ji is in the line. Is there somebody else I haven't talked to?
Yeah, even Rajiv is just shown the side. Even I'm not able to raise my hand or send a chat.
एक सेकंड, कौन हो आप?
Shubham Saraswat.
शुभम. तो शुभम तो आप पहले हो सबसे. Okay.
You're right.
Let me talk with Nemo briefly, then I come to Shubham, then Trupti, then Ishita. ठीक है? हाँ जी नीमू साहब बोलिए.
Hi, Rajiv. Yeah, sorry, I'm back. Just for a quick question. I had a question about the B1, B2 while being in grace period. So filing for B1, B2 during grace period. Let's say it's taking too long, it's like 4 or 5 months, and it's still not processed. And then you decide to move out of the country and you decide to withdraw. So the time you were here in the US after the grace period, is that like illegal or legal presence?
No, it is not illegal. Okay.
Okay, okay, while it's processing, it's still legal. It's still authorized period of stay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Okay. Guys,
Okay, thank you.
Please avoid asking me repeat questions because I would never end otherwise. All right. So,
thanks.
Yeah, Manoj, go ahead. Manoj ji.
Yes, sir. Sir, I asked you questions before. Just one follow-up question I had. I have 15 days left and my employer is raising a regular one. Should I force them to do premium or regular is still safe if everything is good?
This is a question your lawyer should answer because they know your case.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let's see. Shubham ji, go ahead. Shubham.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Rajiv ji. Thank you for doing this. I'm currently working as a software developer with a large MNC for the past 6 years. Right now, I'm in India. I have an H1B visa stamped on 20th September 2023, which was initially filed for an ABC client in New Jersey through my current employer. Last year, my client changed to XYZ and with the work location updated to Phoenix. Accordingly, an H1B amendment and extension were filed and approved in May 2025. So my I-797B is now valid till July 2028. So I've not yet traveled to the US ever, but I may do so in the near future. So I want to understand whether the $100K fees will be applicable in my case.
It might. I have to look at the language of the proclamation. The problem is you have never been admitted to the US. to complete the H1B process, you have to be admitted. People who are already here are admitted when they get a change of status. People who are outside must get a visa stamp and enter the US physically before they can be considered to be admitted. So there is a likelihood not only is your 100,000 in question, but even your being outside the lottery is in question. Has the employer revoked your H1B?
No. See, I'm still working for that employer, and my H1B, right? It was picked up in the 2023. So in 20th September, it was stamped as well. So I have a stamped visa.
I
Right?
have, like I told you, my conclusion is, do you have a lottery exemption a couple of years after you should have entered? The answer is questionable, not sure. There are a couple of different ways the government could go on that. They've never announced their policy. Is the 100,000 applicable to you? Possible. You haven't entered, but you got a visa stamping before the proclamation. I think the bigger issue, I don't know about the proclamation 100,000 part. I think the bigger issue is, do you even have a lottery exemption now? I doubt it.
Okay, even though I have a stamped visa, even in that case.
आप एक ही क्वेश्चन मेरे को 7 बार पूछोगे, जवाब मेरा
Sir.
वही रहेगा.
Okay. So if so because of this 100K fees, so can I come via L1 or B1 visa? Like if my
That's
employer
perfect.
is elected.
That's perfect. If you can get an L1, that's especially L1A, तो बहुत ही बढ़िया visa है.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
L1A would be my first choice amongst any visas.
Okay. So how I can just get it verified that if I do have a lottery exemption or not right now?
Only by trying to travel. तो जब आपको एयरपोर्ट पे वापस भेजेंगे, then you know.
Okay. I mean, this is weird. Okay.
I know
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
because see, USCIS doesn't have an advisory capacity wing. जैसे IRS है, जैसे taxation services हैं USA में, you can ask for an advice, but not from USCIS.
Yeah, right. I was under the impression that the problem is 100K fees, but now you're saying that it is like the visa may not have.
Deeper problem. Yeah. There have been cases. There was a 2023 case in which this issue was brought up, and that had a very weird set of circumstances. So I'm not sure there is good policy there. So, but I know that this is a gray area you would have to deal with. You can say I'm working with the same employer, always had the intention to come in. करके देख लो. One thing you can do is, Shubham, you can try entering from a port that is closer to India than coming all the way to USA. So they have something called क्या बोलते हैं उसको, immigration pre-processing बोलते हैं शायद. So basically the idea is, if you take a flight from, for example, Abu Dhabi, you will be told in Abu Dhabi itself whether you can enter the US or not.
Okay.
So you could try from Abu Dhabi कोई ऐसी flight लेके देखो क्या बोलते हैं. Although I'll tell you, people have had very bad experience with Abu Dhabi, but I know plenty of people who had very good experience. The other port where you can do this is in Ireland, Dublin Airport.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, just to, I may be reiterating, but so when the initial stamping was done, so that initial visa itself is valid till
But you
August.
were not
So September.
admitted, no? That is the problem, bhai. I'm going to call this. I'm going to halt this conference.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
told
Thank you
you
so
what I
much.
need to tell you. All the best. शैलेश जी,
Yeah.
क्या हो
Thank you
गया?
so much.
वापस आ गए आप?
नहीं, मैं वापस इसलिए आया कि I-797B में मैं देख रहा हूँ तो रिसीव डेट जून 26, 2025
मुझे अभी मत
है.
बताइए, लिख के भेजिए. I need to.
अच्छा, लिख के मैं भेज. I'll send it to you. My question is कि अगर जो आपने जैसे बताया कि 100,000 का है, तो you want me to, because the validity fees for charge is applicable for 1 year. So do you want me to wait till September if in this case?
आप कुछ मत करिए before I've looked
अच्छा,
at
ठीक है. I'll send you the details. I appreciate. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
You too, जी. Trupti पहले, फिर इशिता. Trupti जी, go ahead.
Hello, Rajiv ji. Thank you so much. So my question is, so I'm currently in India. I had my H1B interview last May in Hyderabad. During that, I got 221G. After that, they sent email
that
to my
was your first time coming to the US?
No, so I used to live in US. I lived in US for 12 years on H4 visa.
Okay.
Then we returned to India in 2022.
Ji.
Then I again applied for H1. My name was picked during 2024 lottery. So it was like 2 years ago. Then we applied for petition and it took 8 months to get approved. So that's why I went for interview last year, which was in May, and I got 221G. They sent the email for verification to my client and then employer as well. They got all the answers and everything. Even in September, some officer from USCIS visited my employer for cross verification and everything. Everything was fine, but I have never heard anything from the what is called the US CAC. I'm still waiting for the result. So my question is, what do I do now? When I open the US Travels Docs website, my case is still open. They haven't closed my case,
So you
but
have a
they are not communicating to me.
221G pending है ना आपका?
G.
Nothing you can do. You can try contacting your employer, see if they can get in touch with their congressman.
I did that already. I did myself.
Nothing else you can do. Just wait.
Not even the lawyer can help me, right? I mean,
you can try a litigation. I doubt it's going to work.
Okay, so if nothing, if they don't respond to me by May, are they going to close my case? I mean, what happens? Okay, so there is no fixed timeline, right? That they don't close or
they are not
okay.
subject to any guidelines there.
Got it. So all I have to do is just wait, right? There is nothing I can do.
They teach you patience, if nothing else.
Oh, I have that a lot. That's why I waited until now, to contact you. But I'm like, I just need to know, I mean, what's going on, so that's why.
Nothing we can do, Truptiji, sorry.
Okay, so as you mentioned that I can have my employer contact a congressman, right? So if they do, what do they ask? I mean, do they just ask them to check the status or?
Our case is stuck, do something. We need this employee.
Okay. So my employer has to do it, right? I cannot do it from here.
They can't help. It's the employer's case, not yours.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Right. Okay, I'll check with my employer if he wants to. But yeah, thank you so much for the advice.
You're welcome. Ishita ji, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my question in the end.
Sure.
So I just have a very quick question. I have a B1, B2 already, but I recently got married. My spouse is in US, and I changed my name, so I have a new passport now. Can I still travel on my B1, B2 for work purpose, or
you have 2 passports now, right?
Yeah.
So you carry both passports. That should be fine.
But I can still travel on for work purpose and.
That's a different question. So if you are going for work purpose and you can demonstrate that's what you're going for, and you tell them that my spouse is here in the United States, and I'll of course go visit him as well. But I'll be going back. I'm not going to stay here. It's up to you whether the government believes you or not. You can also try one of the immigration pre-processing centers like Abu Dhabi or Dublin Airport and see, rather than flying 20 hours to USA.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
All the best, Ishitaji. Take care.
Thank you, you too. Thank you so much. Good night.
Take care. All right, guys. I'll see you again next Thursday, everybody. Be well. Take care. Let me stop the live stream. You are very welcome, sir.